And let's be totally frank, we've never seen anything like either. And right now, Wemby is probably at about 70 to 75%. Offensively, you can still push him around. He's a little hot and cold from three. He's an unrefined, although at times spectacular offensive player. Defensively, it's all good. Offensively, depends on the night and the half and the possession. He's about 70% of what he's going to be, 75%. But I kept thinking, watching him in this series, I kept thinking this. Is he going to render the MJ versus LeBron debate pointless? Oh, you're just arguing for second place all time. No. It's like in WWE wrestling, all the wrestlers knew privately if Andre the Giant wanted to end their life, he could have. Everybody else was just the second toughest guy. You could argue Hulk, you could argue Ric Flair. Andre the Giant could squish all of them like a bug if he was in a bad mood. When I watch Wemby, that's what I feel like. It's almost like all the great players in NBA history, even the greatest players, have all been like a great sci-fi film, and Wemby is Star Wars. Once Star Wars arrived, George Lucas, it's like, yeah, everything else is second place. That looks real. Is that a documentary or a film? What's going on? Wemby is, I mean, it's almost like saying Jordan walked so LeBron could run so Wemby could teleport.
Oh, stop. Oh, fucking stop. They're doing that fucking thing, man. Everybody, welcome to the page. It's your host here, Lord Lips, with another installment. You guys know the routine before we get started. Like, comment, subscribe, share the page, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get our subscribers up. Let's get our interactions up. Drop comments on the live feed or on the playback. I'm streaming, multi-streaming on different platforms. TikTok page, YouTube, Facebook, and some others as well. So, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, they're doing that annoying thing that they do. I mean, it's more like a recent thing because I guess this is how OGs might have felt when like niggas like Kobe was coming up and they was comparing him to Mike, or when LeBron came up, and then we had, I think that player after that would be Curry, was like a super generational player. KD, but he didn't have the marketing really behind him like this. He did, but nothing like this. But they're doing that thing that they do that really turns a lot of people off, where they're trying to convince you that you're seeing something that you may not. I mean, like, dog, he's great. Wemby's great. If he could be healthy, he would be an all-time great. We understand that. He's 22 years old. He's made a finals in his second year. But, like, it's always the push that the NBA is trying to give. It's not as, I mean, he said Shohei Ohtani. He said Victor Wembanyama. But, like, another person that was freakishly good, freakishly stood out was Patrick Mahomes. But the thing with Patrick Mahomes is that type of greatness, it makes you submit to it. It makes you just say, you know what, like, he's winning all the rings, he's going to all the Super Bowls at least, and he's doing everything that he's doing. So the NBA is trying to give Wemby that push. You know, they're trying to give them that push. But to say that, like, Mike walked so LeBron could run, so Wemby could just teleport, it's like, no, cut it out. It's not that serious. He's not that good. He's never been that good. Ever. Somebody that was that good, though, we'll see here. You guys see it? This is the NBA Finals 27 years ago. Timmy D.
There to get that little effort there to get that little jumper.
From 20 feet, Duncan from the left side this time, and he goes to the out. David Robinson to the bench. Malik Rose in, and a nicely. Duncan against Thomas. Knee in game 4. Duncan, close to unstoppable. You can maybe make him take a more difficult.
Now it's 10 and they still haven't gotten into anything.
But Duncan can take care of a lot of lapses. Jumper is good. Duncan. Duncan double team, scores anyway, plus the foul.
Trouble. Starts standing around.
5 seconds to shoot. Duncan will.
Well, all right, I do just want to say, Duncan is so much more refined. So this is, I told you guys last stream, this is Wemby's second year. This was Duncan's second year. They both somehow end up in the NBA Finals. Now, a lot of people think the Spurs tanked to get Duncan and all this and all that. But they end up in the NBA Finals, and look who they're facing, the New York Knicks. But Duncan here is so much more refined already in year 2 than Wemby is. Wemby still looks, and I don't think it's just due to his size. A lot of people say it's just, I mean, he's 7'5", bro. It's like, no. I mean, like, his game isn't even super refined. I know it would get there, but I'm not sure if it would ever really be to this level. Tim Duncan in year 2 looks so fucking polished. I don't know if I see shit like basketball different than a lot of people, but the shit I'm watching, I'm not even watching the ball go in the hoop. I'm watching how he's getting to his move, his 1-2 dribble pull-ups, where he's holding the ball, like all these different things that are fundamentals and just what are, like, you know, real good sound basketball techniques. Wemby just be looking like a damn giraffe that fell out of a sack and just learned how to walk sometimes.
And he banks it home. Duncan double team, scores anyway, plus the foul.
Trouble. Starts standing around.
5 seconds to shoot. Duncan will. And he banks it home from long range. And the corner clocks, which have been rolled onto the floor, are on. Duncan spins and hits off the glass. He's almost... Or does he? Duncan again. The San Antonio Spurs have won their first NBA championship.
Okay, so that's Duncan's first championship, year 2. We'll see. We got Knicks and fucking Spurs. Since the last time I was on here, Game 7 was coming up, or Game 6 was going on with the Spurs Thunder. Spurs ended up winning the last 2 games, forcing a Game 6, or winning Game 6, and then winning Game 7 in OKC. I don't know what this means for OKC. I don't know. Now I'm hearing everybody saying the Spurs are the next dynasty. And now all of a sudden OKC might need to, make some moves and go get Giannis. And it's like, what? Yeah, it's just everything's so fickle anymore. 1 minute, just last week, it was like we might be in the midst of a dynasty. Shea, back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back finals appearances, all-time great stretch. We go from that last week to this week. They may need to go use some of their draft capital to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm like, I don't understand how shit's so fickle anymore. I really, really, really don't. But yeah, Wemby, we got the Spurs and Knicks, man. God, I don't even know who I want to win. I don't even know who I want to win, bro. Because like I said, if Wemby wins, then this conversation that I started the episode with just gets permeated all throughout. It's going to be nauseating all year long. They've already made him like he's the most unique, like alien player of all time. Now he gets to the finals in his second season and he ends up winning the title. It would be nauseating. The Michael Jordan comparisons. To me, Wemby is just really like Ralph Sampson in 2025. I'm not even trying to hate. I mean, he's better than Ralph Sampson just for the time and stuff like that. But when I don't got no Ralph Sampson clips pulled up. His game just isn't as fucking refined as you would think all the classic big men were. Like, his post game is super fucking weak. He's really just Rudy Gobert with, I ain't gonna lie, that is a crazy skill set. If you did that prototype on 2K, that would be crazy because he's like Rudy Gobert with a little bit of KD package. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of KD mixed with Rudy Gobert, and then you get Wemby. So I understand that from that vantage point, we've never seen anything like it. But I just mean the actual, I don't think he's real refined. I don't think he's like good at a crossover. I think he can do a crossover, but I don't think he's good at it. He says Spurs for real, just because I want them and OKC to go at it. I don't care about a narrative about non-educated fans. Okay, Marcus Gordon. We'll get to that later. We'll definitely be getting to that. But so you're saying that you want the Spurs to win because you want them and OKC to go back and forth with rings over the next few years. Okay. And God, nobody wants a New York fan to. The thing is, the New York fans really been in the trenches for a long time. A long time. The Spurs, the Knicks ain't been back to the finals in 27 years, I think it's been, since 1999. But I don't think they won a championship. I don't think New York has won a championship since the 70s. So, like 1977, I believe. So, let me see here. When did the Knicks 1973. So it was 1973 against the Lakers is the last championship. You got Walt Clyde, Frazier, but that's the last championship that they had. So it's like, yikes, that's a crazy drought. So to see New York win would be kind of crazy. It would be kind of crazy. Let me stop sharing that. Let's see. Get this off the screen. Yep. So Mark, he said he wants the Spurs to win. I don't know. I'm still not sure. I got to see. Game 1 is on Wednesday. This Wednesday. I feel like I got the Spurs in 7. That's what I feel like. Maybe 6 or 7. And I think it starts. The game? It should start in San Antonio. I think the game starts in San Antonio, not New York. I can't wait for it to go over to New York. Wemby at the Garden is a little bit. It's like, okay, that's kind of. I see what you're doing, Adam Silver. See what you're doing. Trying to make a little comeback in the 4th. And I believe the New York Knicks are the team that won the little what's the little ancillary thing that they do? The in-season tournament. He said Knicks for sure due for one. I got Spurs in 6 though. Yep. Knicks is due for one. That's 50-something, 58 years since the last time they won. Or 48 years. Yeah, 48 years. Like, damn, sheesh. That's a long, my math was off. It's like 51 years since the last time. They're definitely overdue. The New York Knicks are overdue for a title. Definitely was overdue for an appearance. The last appearance, like I said, was 27 years ago. I think the last championship was 40 or 50 years ago. That is absurd. So New York fans have held it down. I can't lie. And the thing is, when you know a New York Knicks fan, you know a New York Knicks fan. You just know any New York fan. Any type of New York fan, they be through and through. They fuck with New York. So Zed, if you watching, Cedric, my cousin Tremaine, if you watching, even I got a few more cousins that my screen went off. I got a few more cousins that fuck with New York, the Knicks, and shit like that. So y'all, I mean, since I've been a basketball fan, I've always heard the New York fans stayed the same. They definitely stayed the same. They don't change, and they're rabid Knicks fans. And the Garden's gonna sell out regardless, and New York's gonna be hopping. He said, "Yeah, Biggs, the biggest Knicks fan ever. Yeah, Biggs is yeah, that's true. I forgot. Biggs fucks with the Knicks, and they've always held it down through the 2K, through the Knicks fans held it down. They've always held it down. So it's gonna be crazy to see if they win a championship. It's gonna be unbearable, and they're gonna be breaking like a 50-year fucking drought. So we'll see. Game 1 Thursday, 8:30. I'll be tuned in. But like Marquis said, I think I got the Spurs in 6 or 7. Got the Spurs in 6 or 7. It's just like that destiny swap shit, man. That timing, that is just too much of a coincidence. The Spurs and Knicks in '99, Duncan, and then now Wemby and the Knicks 27 years later. And I guess Wemby's the new toy. So we got rid of the vampire. Thank fucking God, bro. SGA, bro. I was so sick of the SGA push. I mean, everybody was. He's the only nigga that I seen that the NBA really try to push, and everybody kind of spit him out and say, no, we don't like him at all. Nobody liked SGA from what I used to see or hear. Like he's a 2-time MVP, and the way he gets talked about, the way his PR is handled is horrible. He has horrible PR. So, but that's what happens. And now, we could. The thing is, that Thunder championship I told you guys a couple streams ago, that should have been called into question more. The problem is it was such a non-motherfucking factor that playoffs. I mean, not that playoffs, but that finals. No one even really cared, But like, if that was any other all-time great, and Halliburton tore his fucking hamstring or whatever it was in Game 7 of the finals, there will be a big asterisk on the Thunder's finals. If that was LeBron James, everybody would put an asterisk on that title for the rest of his life. Everybody would do it to Kobe, to Mike, to all the true all-time greats. They would get a huge asterisk. I never even hear anybody talk about that. So my point of saying that is the Thunder, I agree with Marquise, and I think it's not a hot take. It's a very cold take. He said SGA was actually the guy before he started chasing awards. Nah, I don't agree with that either. I know what you're saying. Let me take that off. I know what you're saying, but I don't remember a time where a lot of people I couldn't stand them. I always couldn't stand them. So, but for better or for worse, we could have seen not the last of the Thunder, but everybody. Hunter used to make this point in football that Tom Brady, and I think LeBron James even, and Kobe and all the real greats, they might have spoiled us because, we talked about it before. Peyton Manning got two titles. He's been to 3 or 4, and I think he's been to 3. He's been to 4. But he also played like 18 years. Tom Brady played 22 years. You know what I'm saying? So we think that it's just like, these dynasties. The last team to repeat was the Warriors already. That was already 10 years ago, guys. The last team to actually repeat has already been 10. Next season will make it 10 years since then. The last team to three-peat, that was 27 years. I mean, that was 20 plus years ago. So we just take it for granted. When we say dynasty, it's like, no, y'all. That means that team held shit down. Even some people put in the question if they even think that the Spurs, like the Tim Duncan Spurs, was a dynasty. I think they were a dynasty because that core lasted, the coach lasted, and they had so many different iterations of itself. I think all in totality, they're a dynasty. But when you think of other sports dynasties, it's like they usually reel off 3 and 5 years at least. You know what I'm saying? Showtime Lakers, Russell Celtics, you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan's Bulls, you know what I'm saying? Even, there's even other teams that might win back-to-back, or win 2 out of 4s or something like that. But we just take that shit for granted because we just came off all the big 3 era. Like LeBron going to the finals 10 years ago, 10 years in a row or 9 years in a row, y'all, that is an anomaly. We'll never see that again, probably. So my point is that it's not as simple as everybody thinks when they're saying that OKC is going to be around and this is going to be the Western Conference duel for the next 10 years. It's like, yeah, that sounds good in theory, but shit happens. We got to also see about Patrick Mahomes. I think he's been in the 5 Super Bowl already. He's won. How many rings Patty got? 3? Yeah, Patty got 3. So, I mean, you never know when that little time frame is done. The Bulls had a run, an 8-year run, but it ended. Lakers had a couple-year run, but it ended. So, you just never know. I hope it's the last we see of the fucking Thunder. They just whack, bro. Colors are whack. Court is whack. Crowd is tight. Small market team. I get it. But the players was whack. The nail polish, the TikTok dances, all that shit was really whack. So next, thank you very much. Switching gears. Y'all know what we're here for, right? You already know what we're here for. Marquise, I won't hold you long. You know what we're here for. Let me stop sharing. There we go. There's the man. Y'all know who we're here for. I'm just playing. Well, yeah, I mean, he definitely did make the news. You got P. Diddy, I guess it's more shit leaked yesterday. And let me see. And 50 Cent's baby mom is confirmed the assailant. She is a part of this where she was she was a part of the freak-offs, for better or worse. She was a part of the freak-offs, which we already knew and was already widely reported, but we definitely got confirmation yesterday. I mean, the most certain confirmation you can actually get, we got yesterday. I know, Diddy's crazy, bro. Diddy is crazy. And the way that story is just, hip-hop really has disappointed me. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, the beefs keep overshadowing other, I think, major stories that will be really, really interesting and different for hip-hop, for the space. Like, the total lapse of the Epstein coverage in hip-hop was fucking crazy. It's some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. I mean, just nobody in hip-hop really wants to talk about it. Like, yikes. Even the Diddy thing, there was like that silent period during the Diddy thing where nobody wanted to fucking talk about it either until the story died off. So it's just like the couple things in hip-hop that they don't want to touch, but then everybody's like all frenzied about these beefs, which I get, and we'll get to that. But yeah, Diddy and 50's war continues. That's just what it comes down to. And Diddy somehow, now the thing that everybody needs to be asking, because everybody's all concerned with the leak and talking about the leak. But let's find out who leaked it and what is the motive of the leak. That's the conversation. What is the motive of the leak? Who leaked it and why? And why now? Now, some people say HOV might have leaked it. Some people say Rock Nation might have leaked it. I'm just saying, allegedly. Allegedly. And you ask, why would that be? But, 50, there's a Cold War, a civil war happening in hip hop, guys. And if you haven't been paying attention over the last 3 years at least, sides are starting to form, allegiances are starting to be sealed, and you can see a separation in the space in hip hop, like who actually don't fuck with who been having it up with who, like all these different things. But there's a huge separation in hip hop. 50 seems to be siding with the opposite side of Jay-Z. So, and as you know, matter of fact, one of the people in hip hop that was covering, he wasn't covering the Epstein thing, but he kept covering the Diddy thing. He did the Diddy documentary on Netflix. Is 50, So one could say, HOV did a little 2-for-1, or HOV got a little 2-for-1. So Diddy upped the score on 50, long story short, when it comes to the league. 50 now, 50, everybody's going to say 50's still playing it off, laughing and ha-ha. And 50 got tore up by T.I., by the way, earlier. 50 got tore up by T.I. earlier this year. And people try to act like it didn't happen. I get it. 50's the biggest troll. He's the bully. I don't know. I didn't like the way that turned out. All right. Well, we know what we're here for, guys. We know what we're here for. Obviously, on Saturday night, outside of, I think what shook, see, this is the thing. I'm going to say this and people should understand. What shook the hip hop, or what shook the culture, was Jay-Z at the Roots picnic. Obviously, the performance, the freestyle that we'll get into. But obviously, on a more global landscape of things, side of things, the Knicks and the Thunder were the topic. But point being, Saturday night after Game 7, we get a Jay-Z freestyle. Well, I would say a performance, I should say. Start there. They're doing a picnic for the Roots in Philadelphia. HOV is there. HOV is outside. There's Questlove there, Erykah Badu, Beyonce's there, Dave is there. The whole shebang, the whole nine. Everybody's there, and it's a celebrated event. It's a nice event, and we get a surprise out of the sky verse from Jay-Z. If I can share my screen.
The leprechauns have magically run out of planes. Your son on the federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his, wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
Hold on now. Oh, shit.
Teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it.
Oh, man. He said, I watched on mute and thought Absol was finna go crazy. I'm weak. I seen somebody say that earlier. They're like, this nigga Absol now. I was fucking crying. I was like, yeah, okay, Solo. But yeah, HOV picked out the hair, as you guys can see. It's the Roots picnic. There's, obviously there's some symbolism there with that. But we've been knowing this is coming. Not exactly the freestyle, but we knew Jay-Z. I was trying to tell somebody a few days ago that, like, artists at these levels, once they start moving and you see their team moving, like Jay-Z early this year, the interviews, the hyphenation being changed on his Spotify account, the 30th year anniversary of the Blueprint, them re-releasing records all year long. I mean, people will be under a rock. Jay-Z's been re-releasing Dead Presidents and all types of stuff all year long. So my point being is that I subscribe to the theory that once the artists of these magnitudes get to moving, it's not like these type of people just get up and they get to go to the studio, record and put out whatever they want. No, they have whole fucking teams that are paid to uphold their image, help with PR and all types of other shit. So once you see them start moving, there's usually music or something on the way. They're not doing anything by accident. They're rarely ever doing anything by accident. So I knew that I still think HOV is dropping an album. Matter of fact, I think earlier today, a few hours ago, Ninth Wonder, I believe, just posted on his Instagram pretty much alluding to, more music on the way. Because in one of the interviews Jay-Z did a few months ago that we covered on here, where he talked about battle rap and all that shit, kind of pissed me off. But one of the things he alluded to, that it was going to be all offense. Low level take from me, since I'm just in the comments. You dislike Drake to the core. Are we going to act like Drake doesn't bring out the best of everyone in hip hop? That can be when they do a track together, or to motivate them to have a reason to be on top of their game. That's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question to ask me. I look at it a little bit more nuanced than that. On the surface level, I would say yes. Yes. I think Drake has always spawned competition in hip hop. And this is why, as much as I disdain Drake in a lot of ways, I've been pretty consistent in saying that I think he's the second spot of the big three. I never really subscribed to the theory that he should be third behind Cole. I do in certain ways, like if we want to break down each individual category, but I just mean as a figure in hip hop or a thing in hip hop that has to be dealt with. Drake is more of a force, obviously, because of his commercial success, his talent, his ability to switch genres. But then you also got Drake, the celebrity. You got Drake, the celebrity that you're dealing with. So I think a lot of that stems from, to answer your question, Keith, is that he does bring out the best in everyone, but I also believe he brings out a lot of the worst in our people, and he brings out a lot of worst in other rappers too. It's one of my critiques that I have with Wayne, is that, yeah, Wayne, you was a GOAT of your time. Yeah, you are the most influential, but we look at that synonymous with good. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're saying somebody's super influential don't mean that that's necessarily good. Chief is super influential. I don't know how good that is. I'm not saying it ain't good. I'm not saying there ain't no good that could come out of it. I'm saying I don't know how good that is, though. And so when you think of Wayne, when you think of some of these people, it's like, yeah, you were super influential, but what did you influence? Okay, well, to me, you influenced a lot of the Yachties, a lot of the Uzis, a lot of the Playboy Cardis, which I guess there's space for all that. But I remember saying 10 years ago, one of my earliest videos on a page called The Leftovers that I started was me talking about, I had covered the 2017 Cypher, I believe it was, the one where XXXTentacion was there. I covered it right when it happened. And one of the things I was saying then was that I felt like, he said, Chad Allen Smith said, you heard HOV, Drake looked up to him, he never looked up to Drake at Queeks. Exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I had said then that I felt like hip hop was going to face the same fate. And it's not a hot take. I've heard people say this really kind of after I said it, but maybe a little bit before. But I said I felt hip hop was going to face if it wasn't careful, it was going to face the same fate of rock and other genres in the past, right? When rock started to decline and then hit a freeload off a cliff, was when all the elements of the punk rock came and the soft rock and then the hard rock and the different genre blendings and all that stuff really had affected authentic rock and roll. And that sound in that space that they weren't able to protect it. It got too spread wide, it got too big, too mainstream, and then they weren't able to protect it. People, insiders, companies, corporations, but all these different things, the roots remember even when the trees pretended. Exactly. Y'all are saying what needs to be said. So, Marquise, I think you're right, but like I said, I look at it more nuanced, and I tend to agree with what Chad Allen Smith said and what Shane said, and they just said it in HOV bars. That's the thing. That's the poetic thing, and that's the greatness in this man that we're about to talk about. But I think that those two quotes that they just dropped actually answer your question. Yes, he does, but so doesn't HOV. You know what I'm saying? To Sonny's point, like, HOV brought the best out of Drake. You know what I'm saying? And then to Shane's point, HOV is like, I'm the root. I'm the root. The roots remember even when the trees pretend. You're the tree, dog. You just blowing in the wind. You sometimes forget where you come from. You don't know your lineage for real. I don't mean that on no DNA shit with Aubrey. I'm just meaning like my beef with him is like you really be disrespecting the core elements of this space that you're supposed to occupy. And your fans be wild as fuck letting you do that, bro. You are not the first and you won't be the last. Everybody in hip hop been trying to tell you, bro. You are not bigger than the genre, dog. It's just what it is. And you see the difference. At the top, I said, culturally, Jay-Z stole the night on Saturday, right? But I don't need the numbers from Ellison and CNN and NBC. I don't need the numbers to tell me who stole the conversation on Saturday night. I don't need to know what the numbers was on Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. All I know is both were happening. I was locked into both simultaneously, and one is really the conversation that is being had in the space, and the other is like, cute, Knicks and Spurs. But Jay-Z is the headliner on Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z popping out is the story on Monday morning. Sorry, it just is what it is. So Drake needs to, I got a lot of beefs with him, but it really just stems from that, bro. I'm not saying that you're a pure guest in hip hop, but like you're kind of a guest in hip hop, my nigga. So you should kind of respect it and act like it. You don't. You're Remick. I'm sorry. Told y'all. Sorry. You're Remick. You're Remick. You're Remick from Sinners. There. I said it. You're literally Remick from Sinners. That's just what it comes down to. All right. Back to the Jay-Z bars.
Another one fumbled his wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery, kid.
Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Here's the difference, kids. Terrius, if you're out there, a couple of you niggas, if you are out there listening, here's the difference, bro. Okay. We got a comment here. I'll put this on the stream. You said, I agree. I agree with all that, but at what point can Drake say he's standing eye to eye? HOV, I remember Fear. I'm going to drop a tear for everything he showed us. One of my favorite songs is Drake fans. In that new video, he only had one tear. That was horrible. That was fucking horrible, bro. I seen that. The editing. The editing on that was fucking horrible. Good idea. Could have been cool, but Drake being Drake. Oh, my God. Which the only thing HOV told him was, Drake, don't let these silly rap feuds try to distract you. I took that as Drake letting people know he finally understands. Hell fucking no. Hell no. I'm not rolling with that. Drake been talking shit this whole album. So when I warned all you guys literally a couple weeks ago, I literally said, now when HOV, I said this verbatim. I said, when HOV decides to get up and dust off that mic, tap, tap, I said it's going to take BB Netanyahu to pull HOV up off of Drake. That's what I said. And the thing is, Drake fans just got a little taste of that on a quick little 8-bar. It's just that jab, HOV's jab is going to hit you in the chest a little bit more. Everybody singing the Drake songs, cute, la-da-da-da-da. But a lot of the niggas, the funny thing is, a lot of the niggas singing the songs, doing the sing-along thing, like you do when you're a little kid and somebody sings to you and you know what the fuck you're singing. They didn't even know that was HOV disses. So that's the difference. Everybody heard HOV's jab loud and clear. Okay? Everybody heard this punch loud and clear. I'm specifically speaking on HOV. You mixing bars with everyone. I laugh my ass off. That's why Drake said it was 20v1. I'm specifically speaking on HOV. You mixing bars with everyone. I'm not interpreting, but it wasn't a 20v1. And if it was a 20v1, then it was 20 rappers versus Drake and 40 executives. That's what it was. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all. Plus his ghostwriters, plus the people that make reference tracks for him, plus his team that goes around stealing artists and ideas from other smaller fucking artists. So there's that. But my whole point was you hear HOV's jab, or you feel HOV's jab. HOV hit a nigga with a jab and it woke him up a little bit. Now, I will say, obviously, what Drake did through not redundancy. That sounds, because that sounds dismissive. What HOV did with efficiency, Drake did in quantity. He dissed HOV so much, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get up out of my seat now. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a nigga might bump you once, I might be able to let it slide depending on the scenario, the setting, whatever like that. But if a nigga pushes you 3 times, it's like, all right, we about to have some fisticuffs, because you can't just push me 3 or 4 times. You know, you might be able to get a little bump off, but a couple of shoves, nah, we're gonna have to tussle. So I think Drake did that with quantity, but HOV's punch was nice and efficient.
You had to catch Cal and thunk it. Was you who punked his? I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still on you suckers, I'm mauling you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name.
Right now, I know Aubrey's Angels are literally snoring, which I feel them. They're like, put this shit over a beat, oh man. But I'm just saying, I told you, Aubrey Angels, that y'all made a grand mistake, I think, with this album. I think there was a lot of successes with this album. I don't think this album flopped. I think it did what it needed to do for Drake to head in the next direction, right? And change some narratives. But I thought that y'all needed to pump y'all's fucking brakes on the bar talk. Y'all doing this bar talk just opened the door for shit like this to happen. And for us niggas out there that like to decipher bars and listen to bars and know who got bars and know who don't got bars, it was the Drake fans that made that corny in the last 10 years. Y'all the one that was just like, oh, niggas overanalyze bars, oh, rapping ass, old ass niggas. So now when y'all highlight Drake's rapping and the bars on this album, it's like, okay, well, let's get to that. Since y'all mentioned it, let's talk bars then.
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get under skin?
Hey, he been hitting niggas with that for about the last 10 years. I lost all my little respect for you. He had another line like that before. And then, have you niggas no shame? He literally talks to niggas like y'all are peasants. And he's the king. And I'm just saying, Aubrey can't do it like that. I'm sorry, bruh. He pops it, but he can't pop it like that. It's just different.
Really get under skin. My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? They trying to get under skin? I really get under skin. As an unharmed player. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all saniac in my presence, nigga, straight. I need.
Yikes. Did y'all hear him?
Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all saniac in my presence, nigga, straight.
Yikes. I hate punching at Kanye at this point is really punching down. Anybody punching at Kanye is punching down because the nigga just wants to. Kanye just wants to influence the masses of black people, and he wants to win in a different way. But he's been bowed out of and I'm not excusing Kanye, and I don't think he don't deserve these HOV bars because he does, and he's lucky he don't. I hope Jay-Z bars his ass up on the album some more, but it always felt like even when Drake was doing what he was doing with Kanye, even a little fly shit Kendrick said about Kanye, it just almost feels like Kanye just be talking shit in the background, and everybody's just so tired of hearing him talk shit and just be crazy. And It's like, nigga, shut up because you ain't even gonna fight and you ain't even crazy for real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been just dismissing Kanye like that's that crazy talk shit, nigga. We don't care. And it's like, damn, man, for somebody to occupy the space that Kanye did, at least in my view and in this space, for it to turn out like that, man, I just never would have guessed. But yeah, Shane is definitely a crazy bar. He's no maniac. Look how sane he acts. When I'm near, niggas shrink. Yeah, I know. Yikes.
I think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch how saniac in my presence, nigga, shrink.
Ooh.
I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering.
That nut-ass nigga still stuttering. He just, oh my goodness, man. He learning a couple of them.
And Chatty Patty down on his luck again. Quest introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
And all right, here's the other thing, right? I get so sick and tired of the narratives, bro. He said, yeah, he was talking. Yeah, he's talking big time. He's talking big time. And again, it just is different. I'm trying to tell niggas, it sounds different. It lands different. When you're Jay-Z, it just is what it is. When it's Drake and he's talking, it's like, yeah, but you're not the boss for real, though. HOV in this space, he feels like a boss. Everybody calls him the boss. It just is what it is. He's the boss. You heard Drake say on the album, y'all niggas go get a second opinion from HOV. So that obviously indicates that Drake is saying, like, I know that that's the game. I know that that's the boss. That's the nigga that y'all call the boss. So that's my point. It sounds like a boss talking to his employees. Yikes. And that just hurts. It just hurts to watch. And it's just like when two people could say the same thing, but depending on the title they wear, it could just be totally, totally different. Depending on the title they wear, it's like the point of view it's coming from. It's like, that hurt even more coming from him. Ay, ay, ay.
You was wondering why I do the freestyle rehearsal. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid just...
But all right, as I'm watching, it's like, bro, it's really just like a Dave Chappelle. Me and Shane already talked about this. It's just like a Dave Chappelle yearly State of the Union address. It's just like it's almost like a comedy thing for HOV. He's up there, he's literally performing. And he's just up there getting off shit that he wrote and had thoughts of these crazy people. It's a roast session. He said, that's crazy, bro. LOL. So my question is, if HOV goes head to head with the boy, how are we judging the winners? Is it bars or is it numbers? You say Drake fans move the goalposts, but I remember you saying numbers today don't matter. And then pointing at numbers when it was convenient to you because it's bars. Are you just going to say everything Drake says is corny? We can debate it on your show. I love this. I love this. Matter of fact, are you available right now? I got room for one more. Got room for more. Let me know if you're available right now. But no, here's the thing. Hey, I need clarification on when I said that. You know, not literally a date, but are we talking in the context of the Kendrick battle or during that time? And I hate when you guys do this thing. Here's how it works for me, dog. The people will tell you. You're saying, how are we judging the battle? Dog, when they're battling, whatever out of the sales metric, out of the bars metric, out of the disrespect metric, out of whatever happens, there's a common narrative that comes out of whatever it is. The beef with 50 Cent and every other person he's beefed with in the last 15 years that y'all say he's the bully of. There ain't no numbers to back up who we think that 50's bullying everybody. There ain't no numbers to determine that. It's court of public opinion. He ain't going head to head with Drake. It's almost like niggas don't even listen to HOV's lyrics. He means what he says about this ain't beefing with rappers. He got MAGA Republicans to worry about. Shane, I don't agree with that. But Ben, you're trying to talk that out of happening. Been waiting to have this conversation for 2 years. Okay, back to what you're saying, Marquise. It just depends. Maybe sales do win this beef. I don't know. We got to see them. We got to see what the fan bases are throwing at each other, what they're throwing at each other, what is the narrative. You know, that is all going to determine. What Drake fans do is y'all move the goalposts because if somebody beats them at this one thing, y'all point at this one thing that he didn't beat them at. It's like, okay, Pusha T beat Drake. Everybody should fucking agree to that. But no, Drake fans say no, because Drake barred him up. And it's like, but that didn't matter before. That didn't matter before. When y'all weren't able to beat, Drake can't beat HOV in a bar match. So don't make bars matter when it's convenient for y'all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all make bars matter when it's convenient for y'all. No, we're saying if these two niggas collide, I can't tell you what's going to be the metric. I will say that I can't wait for HOV to bar. He already, to me, I think in this little 16 that he gave, his bars are a lot better than what Drake did on all of Iceman. That's what I think. I think that this was efficiency. I think in these 16 bars, he got more jabs that stuck and punched the nigga in the chest harder than what Drake did in Iceman. Now, again, Drake usually wins the hit maker thing because it's a redundancy thing. It's a thing that's drilled into your head. So we get that. But when Kendrick did that, metric to Drake, well, Kendrick beat him in all metrics. So that's why I'm also curious to want to know when I said that, because my thing with the Kendrick thing that I was telling you guys in real fucking time was I knew Kendrick was going to beat him at everything. I know how Kendrick thinks. He knew it wasn't going to just be good enough to out-rap the nigga. He already knew he could do that in his sleep. So he was trying to figure out how can I also checkmate this nigga and outsell him and outdo these other things. He wanted no distinction and no gray area on who won. And by every metric, Kendrick fucking won. The only metric that Drake fans are now pulling out is Drake's success after and how his damage assessment and how bad did Kendrick really damage him, or did he really stop nothing? Yeah, that's you could say that. Like, yeah, okay, he won the fucking battle or he won the war. But like, stop it. We know when a nigga gets his ass fucking whooped, you know, and he gets up and survives and lives to tell another day, he can never just go back just because he survived that fight and say that he beat the dude. It's like, no, you didn't. You got your ass fucking beat. That's what happened. You just got your ass beat. You went on and you fought some more and won some and lost some, and you had the heart and you were the tough guy and everybody respected you, but you still got your ass whooped. That's what happened. Okay? So that's what Aubrey's Angels seem to do when it comes to moving goalposts. We should ask you guys the question. Before a nigga gets in a battle with Drake and his rabid fan base, they should ask you guys the question. Okay, how are we judging this fucking battle? What are the metrics? Remember, Drake is Mr. Versatility. Drake is the one that occupies all the space. He can dominate the charts. He can have a hit with the girl. He can outbar you, and he can fuck your girl, and then he can do a single, and he can do the feature, and he can do the dance hall. So it's y'all that we got to dance with and figure out, okay, how are we beating you? How are we beating you? Which way do you want beat? It's not the other way around. Traditional rap beef was like the niggas that had the most bars and released the better fucking songs, the better diss track, usually won the fucking battle. But with Aubrey, it's a little bit different. So we should ask you guys, what is the metric? I said it shouldn't be bars. Not for y'all. That wouldn't help y'all's case. Oops.
Take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by.
Y'all heard him, man. I can't rap. He can't rap with no fucking. I can't beef with no
I came from the very top of the government. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid can't even take their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrists get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the whole.
That's straight out of battle. That's straight out of battle rap culture. The way he responded, the way he even phrased the line.
Niggas look up to HOV. I never looked up to them. Gotta look up again. Niggas look, hey, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to HOV. I never looked up to them.
Okay. She said, okay. Hold on, let me pause it there real quick, guys, while I can, because I gotta lock in. I gotta do something real quick. Let me send this thing out. But yeah, he's barring niggas up. All right, I'm back. So right now we're on the scheme. Well, he's tearing Nikki. He said he ain't going. Oh, sheesh. Right now he's just tearing Young Money a new one. In this whole little scheme, you know, Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Pettit, Kenny thing, the hand gestures, him stuttering and all that. So that's a little Nicki thing. That she back on her shit again. And Nicki's schizophrenic. And I've been telling you guys this, that you guys got to be paying attention to what's going on. What we're seeing, I told you guys this is really a hip hop civil war going on. It's been going on for, like I said, 3 years now. And they're playing Game of Thrones, and you're seeing Nicki and Drake try to finally make a run at it. Nicki has basically pulled the cover off of Satan, which is to them Jay-Z, who is the kingpin of this underworld, and he controls all the levers. I told y'all he runs hip hop like Jews. He does, and I fuck with HOV. But I know how Rock Nation gives it up. But you got Nicki uncovering that. She fell on deaf ears. I mean, we spent like 6-7 months ago. I mean, she went on a 2-month rant of just constantly berating Jay-Z every day. Kanye got involved, berating Jay-Z every day. They were ringing the alarm. Jay-Z does this. Jay-Z was on Epstein Island. Jaguar Wright came out, made the claim. We had the Tony Busby accusations came out. There was a real, launch at Jay-Z last year. And if you're not paying attention, you don't see the full scope. So Nicki falls on deaf ears. She's not being heard. She has beef with Perez, Rock Nation, and she's begging to get them taken care of. So what she ends up doing is she goes over there to the far right and hops out with Erica Kirk, and you guys were wondering why you seen her at Turning Point USA events and then going to go meet the president and going over to that side. Well, I told you guys then it was a power move by Nicki Minaj because she don't feel like she's going to be able to take HOV down with any traditional help from the normal side, which is really the left, Democrats, Obama, Rock Nation. I'm just throwing this out there. In the Epstein files, allegedly, there was obviously, the whole Pusha T thing and the Jay-Z thing, but there was also conversations in there being had between Epstein and I can't remember, but the guy out of New York being had where he was talking about, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Shane's pissed now. Okay, here it is. Jess Staley. Give me a second, y'all. Now, so I'm not with all the, obviously the other reports are unsubstantiated, as far as them island hopping back then and their names being redacted. That was funny. That's obviously, still to be determined. But what is not is, let me see if I can find it. Oh, they want me to subscribe. Okay. Y'all let me know when y'all can see. So this is between Jess Staley and Jeffrey Epstein here. It says, in the wake of last week's release of 3 million pages files related to Jeffrey Epstein. The commentary has understandably necessarily focused on powerful men's sexual exploitation, but the documents paint a truly holistic picture of how the world's wealthiest men think and talk, and not just about women. Here, for an example, is an email in its totality and verbatim from Jess Staley, the former CEO of the global finance Barclays, who also appears to have been sexually involved with women under Epstein's influence. It says, "You want to know why we are not Sao Paulo? Watch the TV ads on the Super Bowl. It's all about hip hop, hip blacks, and hip cars with white women. That group should be in the streets and has been bought off by none other than Jay-Z." So these are super rich elites, financial super elites, alleging or alluding to the fact that they believe that HOV is the reason why there hasn't been real revolution or true change within the black community, because, you know, they're just, well, obviously he's alluding to the Super Bowl, you know, and the distraction that hip hop causes. But he alleges that, you know, it's been bought off by Jay-Z. So my point being is that Nicki and them allege that Roc Nation is a part of some big umbrella, you know, lineage of, I'm not even joking when I'm saying this, demonic Satanists who control this aspect. And Diddy's involved in this. Diddy's a handler. He's a gatekeeper in this space. And, you know, as we've seen going through the files, you know, Diddy had connections with, you know, the royal family and other nefarious people that was listed on the list, where they, you know, would fly Diddy out and stuff to, you know, entertain their children. I'm talking about the most elite of people, like royal people that we have no idea who they are. So, you know, they kind of use Diddy, allegedly, as a gatekeeper for this industry. Now, this isn't really news to us. We've heard these stories. I've been telling you guys, I've heard these stories. These were the, you know, most low-hanging fruit kind of fringe conspiracy theories when we were growing up, right? But here we are kind of at the end of that, and it's interesting to see it kind of permeate its way into emails. So Nicki feels like she has to go over to MAGA and the neo-Nazis and Erica Kirk and them to try to get something done about the stranglehold that Roc Nation has over hip-hop. That's where we're at. And Drake seems to be like he wants to be a part of that. There's this Cold War that's been brewing with Young Money and Roc Nation for a better part of 15 years now. I covered it last year. I told you guys, you know, this, you could trace this all the way back. Really, I mean, you could trace it back real far, honestly, with Baby and them. And then Wayne and HOV had a connection early on in the early 2000s. You could trace this far back, but we do know with Watch the Throne, that was actually supposed to be like a Drake and Lil Wayne kind of idea. And when we was growing up, it was definitely Drake and Wayne and Nicki, and it was Kanye, Rihanna, and Jay-Z. That's a fact. That happened. So, I mean, we're really at the end of this story. Shane says we don't see them dance. We don't see a tango. We don't see the two tango. I disagree. I think it's going to happen.
Chart champ, you gotta look up again. Niggas look up the HOV. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart champ, you gotta look up again. Niggas look up the HOV. I never looked up to them.
I ain't gonna lie, Jay-Z does. He sound pissed. He sound hot right now. Y'all done got Grandpa HOV. This nigga's 56 years old. I hope y'all know that. This nigga is 56 years old, and y'all done got him up out of his rocking chair to really respond to some of this nonsense. He told y'all earlier, man, he's disgusted. He said unbelievable.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. Don't make me go first, man.
Oh, wait, man. Y'all heard the man.
Workers in perpetuity is how your contract is worded.
The thing is, oh man, these are just cold ass bars. The perpetuity, don't talk to me, y'all niggas is workers. The whole, obviously, the jig is up. He flipped that. And by the way, Aubrey, it didn't take HOV 2 years to be flipping and having rebuttals. I know your fans out there is going to say, he had rebuttals in Family Matters. Boo. Tomato. Didn't take him 2 years, nigga. HOV thought of this within the last couple days. And, he already rebutted a lot of your bullshit. And he did it in just like, he gave you a quick 4-piece. That's what this was. HOV just gave Drake each of them a 4-piece. I think he served a 16. Each 4 niggas got 4-pieced. That's what HOV did. 4 of y'all just gonna get a quick 4-piece. Pow, 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 pow. And the efficiency. That's where I'm stuck at with it. The efficiency. I was telling Shane, like, no bar was wasted. There's not a cute little bedazzle. No bar was wasted. Every bar had a landing target. Every punch had a landing fucking target, and he connected maybe like at a rate of like 93%. The only parts where he's not connecting, where he's really just kind of just dancing, is in between some of the punches, in between some of the bars. But when he's trying to punch, I got a notification. Somebody's in the chat. Hold on, guys. Thought somebody was in the chat. Where's the captions? Let's finish this, guys. Let's finish this. I'm waiting on Keys. He's getting set up.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to HOV. I never looked up to them. The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. I'm making those
I got my man in the building.
What's good, brother? What's good?
What's good, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Everybody in the chat, man. We about to just shadow box. This is totally unexpected. He said he wanted to hop on and defend his point.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know. Like, obviously, I've been commenting and stuff. Like, I'm definitely a Drake fan, but I understand hip hop.
Okay.
I know sometimes you be throwing jabs. Like, I don't know. But like, seriously though, like, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you. I've been asking for about a year or two to jump on this motherfucker.
Man, it's long overdue. No cap.
Like, it's your show. I'm gonna let you lead it where you want to start at, and then you can throw the first hook.
Okay. Well, I mean, shit. You earlier. I want some clarification. Earlier, you said, let me see if I can find it. I think it's here. You said if they go head to head, what are we judging it off of?
For sure.
Elaborate a little bit more.
So, like, basically, and I understand when you're talking about bars. I understand when you're talking about numbers. Like, at what point are we gonna judge it on who the actual winner is? Like, we might get a Jay-Z and Drake battle, but it might not be something like Kendrick where it's like, nigga, you got to bow down. We might not have that. So is it going to be something that's going to be completely like, hey, something that we messed with Jay-Z's bars a little bit more or Drake's bars a little bit more? Because basically, I mean, Jay-Z right there, you're talking about these is hard, which they are. I'm 100%. The whole freestyle, not just the Drake part, which is everybody's been playing, just the Drake part, which is the impact that Drake has on the community. Because, I mean, he was, like you said, he was talking about Nicki. He talking about Nicki, everybody. Like, he wasn't just coming out Drizzy, but like, we're spending most of the show talking about Drake. So like, what are we gonna judge it on? Are we gonna judge it on what the rap community is? And if that's the case, then what is the rap community? Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're dealing with, like, especially a younger generation that can be controlled off of social media, controlled off of bots, AI. They don't even know stuff's being said. How are we judging? Are we judging off bars? Are we judging off numbers? Because like, if we're gonna judge it off numbers, I mean, Drizzy's gonna smoke them.
All right, let me hop in there. Let me hop in. This is what I was saying in my response to you. I can't call it right now. I don't know how we're going to judge it. They got to start. It's just like a good fight. When there's two fighters, we obviously know Styles makes fights, but and there's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking. We know that, but there's also a lot of pre-gaming. A lot of people talk shit before the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not until the fight happens and we're seeing them show off that we're going to be able to determine what was the move or the angle that won the beef. I don't know right now. The point that I'm trying to get across to Drake fans is that we got to let the culture decide. The culture is going to decide. Y'all, I shouldn't say y'all. Drake fans are the ones that permeated this idea that the numbers was going to dictate the winner. That was never a thing before. That's from Aubrey's Angels, okay? That was them moving the goalpost when he got beat by other people. And so I don't know. Maybe it does in this beat. Maybe does HOV try to play that game with him? It depends. They're about to, if they box, these are two different fighters. We already seeing kind of the styles that they're trying to do. I'm more interested in seeing Drake's angle. What I'll tell you from the start is, and I said it on my last stream, it seems like Drake is going to try to run the smear campaign on HOV. It seems like HOV is going to try to big brother Drake. I mean, now, those are the angles that we're getting so far.
I mean, because if you think about it, like, the reason why he lost to Kendrick was the smear campaign. So
oh, gee, that is just so.
So like, no, let me finish. You did. Let me finish, because like that's something that I mean, we can go back and pick at the battle if you want, like the actual battle, and we can go back from subliminals from when he did do the BET cipher. We can go back from there. We can go back from Nothing Was the Same, when they're both talking crazy about each other. Like, I ain't forget when he told Drake, he said, I'm about to nominate 6 to carry out a Sense of the Rapper Whisper. Forget none of that. So we can go back from that point all the way up until where he dropped Not Like Us. When Kendrick finally decided to win the game, he did do a smear campaign. That is 100% a fact. I mean, did you forget about Meet the Grams? Are we just going to ignore that didn't happen? Are we just going to ignore that didn't happen?
Well, go ahead, elaborate. I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, did he not just talk about, oh, Drake, you have a legitimate daughter? And then when Drake said on Heart Part 6, which at first you were the first person to tell me Drake was waving the white flag, and I didn't want to believe it as a Drake fan. I was like, bro, he's not.
No, hold on, repeat what you said.
Yeah, you were the first person that told me. Keep it a buck on here. You thought I was gonna come here and glaze? I'm not.
I sure hope not.
You was the first person that told me he's waving the white flag. I can pull up the post and everything. I'm like, hold on, Drizzy, you literally just exposed Kendrick's whole move, which he did. I mean, at the end of the day, like,
it's like the carrots on the stick. You're right there on the ladder. You almost be having it, but for some reason you keep falling off the damn ladder.
I'm not, bro. I'm not though. Like, that's the thing, because.
Can I rebut 2 things?
Go rebuttal for sure.
Okay. The first thing you said, Kendrick won because of a smear campaign. Half truth. I agree with that. He made the biggest banger. No. That ain't even where the half truth is. The half truth is that Kendrick, I said, was going to beat Drake at whatever he needed to beat him at to win the beef. If it was numbers, Kendrick already had a plan for that. If it was bars, Kendrick had a plan for that.
Yeah, he was botted up for sure.
Whatever you want to say. Kendrick knew that in order to beat Drake, I'm going to have to win at these different avenues. And I said when you was probably joining, that's because y'all have moved the goalposts so many times that a nigga don't know when they're going into a battle with Drake, what's the angle to beat him at? Is it going to be numbers? Is it going to be about bars? Is it going to be about sales? Is it going to be about... Exactly. So right. Kendrick already warned Drake. You mentioned Not Like Us and then Meet the Grams, but you failed to mention Family Matters dropped before both of those records. And in Family Matters, Drake smeared Kendrick. That's what happened. I think Aubrey's Angels timeline somehow erratic just gets out of whack. He said the most smearing thing first.
In Family Matters about him beating on Whitney.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%. I agree that. But did you listen to the first 5 seconds of what he said? You mentioned you mentioned my seed. You know what you said.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So now families on
no, because that's a talking point that I've heard out there. Let's.
That's just me being a fan listening to it.
Okay, but you failed to mention that on push-ups before Kendrick dropped you for you.
Whitney.
Exactly. Yep. So just stop with that, y'all. Stop. Y'all know this boy's tactics. He's done it multiple times to multiple rappers. That's the thing he does. He mentioned your wife. Kendrick knew he was going to. Told him not to. He did.
He said, "Yep." Tell lies on me. About you. 100%.
Exactly. So That narrative has to die because it's a weak narrative, guys. It's too easy for me to be because I paid attention. It's way too easy. I've been covering this shit. You know this, Marquise. I've been on this shit for 15 years. Every line from these two guys back and forth, I know. I'm not saying Kendrick's innocent. I'm not saying he's innocent in all this.
Buried Alive, you didn't even like Drake.
Huh?
When Kendrick dropped Buried Alive and Drake took him on the tour, you didn't even like Drake then. Trust me, I know.
Yep. And my whole point is that, dog, there's going to be mudslinging. There's going to be smear campaigns. I need Drake fans to just understand that when they're about to wrestle, let them. Whoever gets up victorious won. That y'all trying to do the whole, well, he called him a PDF foul, and the whole thing to try to change the narrative instead of just this all stems from Drake being the only child, never getting into a damn fight, never got punched in the face, nobody ever telling them.
I also think that goes into the lot of not me personally, me where I started getting behind that is it goes into like what Drake had going on with UMG. On that end, which I know you disagree with wholeheartedly. Like, yes, I will admit it. Drake lost the battle with Kendrick. He did. 100%. It's not close. He lost the battle with Pusha T. You remember I started calling him Aubrey after that.
Yeah.
he should have been went to Aubrey. Like that was the time to do it. Like
real shit.
100%. Now give us the real Drake. We don't need a I'm too sexy for that. We don't need that.
Or the mafioso Drake.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't. But like when fans do say that, it is because like he's not suing Kendrick, and you continuously fail to acknowledge that he's not suing Kendrick. No, he's suing Luther. You know who he's suing.
Huh?
He's suing Luther.
You do remember the part of the conjunction where he asked for information on Kendrick's kids. You do remember that, right?
Yeah, I do. 100%.
Okay, so that we're just
because are they day freeze or not? Kendrick never acknowledged it. We don't know. That's the problem with the beef that I got. Is like, how can I have to acknowledge it? So, hold on, this is a point that I got to go to. This is it's a big point. How, if we're in a beef together, right? I'm acknowledging everything you're saying to me, and I'm coming back to you, which I'm not gonna lie to you. Push-ups to me, you don't fuck with it. You're not. I don't think you're gonna go into any of those good faith ever.
That's cap. Push-ups was the worst song out of all of them, besides Taylor Made.
Taylor Made. That's another. Let me stay on the point that I'm on.
Okay, yes,
so Family Matters, we'll stick there since that's what we're talking about. I think that was at that point in the battle, Euphoria and Family Matters is right there. Like everybody's like talking about all the extra shit. I'm talking about when they're like, hey nigga, we're going head to head. J. Cole's out this bitch. Me and you are punching at each other. They're right there head to head. I'm confused on where did we get to the point where Kendrick gets a saving grace for dropping some shit that doesn't matter, that has nothing to do with the beat, that they're lies, that Drake claims. We don't know. We don't know because Drake's the only one responding to everything that Kendrick is saying. We don't know. All we know is what Drake's saying because Kendrick didn't respond to a single thing. Is that not a point to talk about? Why not?
This is insane.
How?
Do you hear yourself?
If Drake's sitting there saying you beat on your wife.
No, what happened was Kendrick dropped the best record after they were tied.
Yes.
He won.
Yes, I agree with that. I've already acknowledged that. But what I said is when it comes to a rap beef, if I'm rap battling you, don't have 10 tracks already let Kendrick. All right, so how about this? Kendrick played a better role at playing chess and Drake was playing checkers.
Yes. But we already. But okay.
He had not like us already booked up, ready to go. It doesn't matter what the fuck Drake says. I'm gonna call this and Jay-Z's gonna put me in the Super Bowl.
You're talking to me. I told y'all that Kendrick would do that. That was my point the whole time for 10 years. I said that this nigga's a genius. Don't play with him.
His team is a genius for sure.
He's a genius.
His team is a genius for sure.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. They're geniuses. So when it falls on deaf ears to me when y'all say that, because that was my warning when y'all was popping shit and saying that Drake was the guy. I'm like, no, that's the guy. He's the guy.
Okay, where's Kendrick at then?
He's wherever he needs to be.
Okay, and then what has hip hop been doing the last year and a half?
It's doing what he said it would do. I don't know why people are missing that.
It's been struggling.
It was struggling before the beef. Y'all gotta stop. These narratives won't get off on me because I've been covering it. Hip hop. No. Let me get this off. Hip hop until the beef, I covered something on my channel. I said the beef was a stimulus package for hip hop. If y'all remember, in 2023, there went a year without. It was Uzi's little hip shaking record that was the first #1 in a year. In 2023.
You right.
So hip hop already was struggling. They used the beef. No, let me finish. Let me cook. They used the beef to stimulate hip hop, and they started stand wars with the beef. And then y'all are also missing the element where Kendrick said on Watch the Party Die. I don't know if you guys are missing the point. That was the point of the song. It's called Watch the Party Die. He said he was unplugging hip hop. He also, at a Super Bowl, put in the crowd unplug or turn the game off. What do y'all think he was talking about?
That's a good point.
He was trying to separate. There was a great separation he was trying to do. It's people that are not fans of our culture that are involved in this that need to be removed. So I unplug it.
Who gets to decide who's part of our culture or not?
We do.
I mean, how do we decide that we're in the culture? That is my question then.
Well, Aubrey's Angels need to do a little bit better job.
I'm a Drake fan, but I'm
not calling you Aubrey. I'm not calling you Aubrey's Angel. I'm saying that you would agree that a lot of times Drake fans aren't necessarily fans of hip hop. Yes.
Oh, 100%. Because and this is a Drake fan saying this. Aubrey is not hip hop. Let's keep it 1,000 there. He's not. Nigga, how you gonna say in 2 diss tracks now? 2, you're getting body by his singing, nigga. How you gonna say that in 2 diss tracks? He's not hip hop.
Yeah, and I would give him a little bit more
because you guys praise the Grammys. That's the most prestigious award apparently, unless Kendrick loses the Macklemore. It's the most prestigious award. That's why he has 5. To how many does Kendrick have?
20, 30.
Yeah, 30. But like when he lost the Macklemore, fuck that show. Everybody boycott. Okay, yep. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. They're great judges, aren't they?
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
No, I'm being dead ass. Are they great judges at the Grammys?
No, they're not.
so why is that something that gets brought up? Because like that's another point I was going to put on to it too. Is it numbers? Is it awards? Is it? I mean, back to back won awards, and like let's be real, that's not one of the greatest hip hop disses ever.
Y'all thought it was.
No, I ain't gonna lie. He smoked the rapper. He smoked the rapper that everybody was like, Drake can't do this. After the ghost writing allegations, which is a whole nother conversation.
Well, I'll just say back to back is like the other disses we've heard versus back to back is like a hydrogen bomb and a coughing baby.
Yeah, 100%. Because if you're in the clubs when that shit comes on, you know what and I think that's what Drake has told us his entire career is like. The people that fuck with me are going to fuck with me depending on where they're at. That's why he dropped those 3 albums. And I'm be real with you. You said something about like Habibi not being an R&B album, which is not. It's to me, it's like, all right, you trying to get out your shit. And then the dance hall shit is, I've heard there's people overseas that said that's the best one. It's like, honestly, never mind. Could never get behind it. Got one playthrough for me, never got to spin back. And people swear up and down. He did a whole world tour on that shit. So like, that's what I'm asking. Like, who are we to decide who's in hip hop if we can't?
Oh, okay, okay. I like how you segued it. I said right before you got on that I had a video like 10 years ago. Reacting.
I was on the Leftovers podcast. Everybody go shout out. Go watch that.
Yes, sir. And I was young. I was silly. I was stupid. I hated just as much. I had more hate in my heart then. But I said then that I felt like hip hop was going to face a similar fate that rock and roll did because at that time we was dealing with the mumble rap thing, SoundCloud thing. You remember I was super anti then. I was outspoken then. I don't like these pink haired niggas. Get them out of here. Get them the fuck out of here.
Lil Yachty, the only one that actually made a career out of it by writing, and it's crazy.
Him and Uzi, but Yachty. But even my point still stands that here we are 10 years later, removed from that conversation, right? And hip hop struggling, right? Hip hop struggling. 100%. Outside of the beef, if we just take the beef out of the last 2 years and look at hip hop as a whole, it's on life support.
So what are you saying? So we don't have Iceman, we don't have Not Like Us or GNX.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The J. Cole, the news that it made.
I'm not going to put J. Cole into that. That's just my personal opinion.
No, that's a different conversation. But he's a part of what I'm saying.
Yeah, he is 100%.
I'm saying this whole beef thing stimulated hip hop for 2 years. Everybody involved, the whole thing, right?
You got Kendrick Lamar at the fucking Super Bowl, bro.
Exactly.
You got Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl.
But my point is that I think genres like hip hop and such have to be protected in such a way. They have to be niche. I think that there's a level that they can cross over to where it becomes too big and then it gets canonized. You see what I'm saying? It gets corporatized. And then other people are now involved that are not from the culture. They're not from the space. So you ask me, how do we determine it? It's the culture. It's black and brown people who made the genre determine what are the rules, what are we willing to set. Now, we've done a lot of dumb shit along the way in this 55 years in hip hop. We've let vampires in that suck the blood of Eazy-E and all types of other people down the line. We've done a lot of dumb shit, right? Hip hop is in the hands, matter of fact, of some bloodsuckers. It's not even being controlled by us. However,
Diddy on my Diddy shit.
However, the space has to be protected. So I can't tell you person to person, but I can tell you cloth. I can tell you certain shit that you should do if you're a part of this space and this culture, and things that you shouldn't do. My beef with Aubrey sometimes and his fans, to your admittance, you just said a lot of his fans aren't from this space. They don't respect this space. They could give a fuck less about this space. It's about chart numbers. It's about accolades. It's about the shiny shit, but it's not actually about the music. It's not about the culture. It's not about that.
Because the reason majority of his fans aren't hip hop fans, but it's also like everybody forgets that Drake was trying to mimic Kanye when he came into the game, and then he changes up, tries to give you Drizzy. The hip hop fans didn't fuck with that. Then he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go over here with the niggas that's gonna give me money," which you can't blame him for. Can't, nigga. That's what he got into the game for, is it not? If you listen to his early raps, nigga, my mom can't even afford the bills. I get what you're saying, but like at the same time, is Kendrick not doing the same thing when he just? And this is something I want to ask you wholeheartedly.
I can't wait.
But when Kendrick is about to drop a tape, does he not diss somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that the formula then? So when Drake does it, why is it a problem? Because you said Kendrick beat Drake at his own game. Now he's using their game against him. He wants HOV to respond. You don't realize that?
Okay. Okay. Can I?
Go ahead.
Let me rebut. I'll give you an analogy. Does Kendrick? Who moves out of those two? Who moves more like HOV? Out of Drake and Kendrick?
Which part of the career?
The part of the career where HOV was doing shit behind the scenes to piss a lot of other rappers off. The part that
Kendrick does, 100%. I was going to ask which part of the career, and there's different versions of HOV.
Who'd you say?
Kendrick, 100%.
Kendrick?
Yes. Kendrick, yes. What? Does he not? Does he not?
Drake is known, dude, to be the next subliminal king. He is known.
Oh, so you're talking about, okay, so that's a different, okay.
No, there's more. There's outside of this shit.
Yeah, 100% is
Drake. You know what leaked out? You know another news that leaked? You see the news with what's my guy's name? Sauce Walker.
Yeah, he said he fucked his baby mom. That's cool. All right, so but like, here's my thing. If you're not gonna keep it consistent, then why are we talking about that? Then
no, let's be consistent. Go ahead.
Okay, so then we're keeping it consistent. The Drake's winning at the game. Like, what are we talking about?
Huh? What?
Yes, he's winning at the game.
What game?
Bro, the game of the industry. Do you not understand what it is? Until Kendrick goes fucking independent. The reason why HOV is the god is because he did it, and he is the fucking god now at this point. That's why Drake shouldn't be really shooting at him. Why are you shooting at HOV? But I understand it. I'm
confused at where you're getting your landing spot.
No, because here's my landing spot is that HOV is on a pedestal right now. He's always been, and that's why I told you I didn't think his bars was corny, nigga. Y'all niggas look up to me. I never looked down. I never looked up to y'all. Like on some real nigga shit. That's what he's talking about. I'm the fucking metric. That's what I'm talking about. But if we're talking about Kendrick and Drake, who are right here, they both played the game of the industry, have they not?
But you okay? So I asked you a question because I was trying to set you up for my hook, right?
Yeah.
You said Kendrick disses every album to drop it. You were trying to figure out the difference. You said, what's the difference? I was trying to walk you to the water. Okay, the difference is there's one nigga, Drake, that moves like HOV. He's doing shit behind the scenes. He's trying to buy people's publishing to fuck with them. No, let me finish.
I'm listening.
Drake plays those games. Kendrick is more like Nas. Kendrick is way more like Nas. You said HOV, and I was so confused. Kendrick moves like Nas. Kendrick will drop an album, and so on one hand, Drake fans say Kendrick don't care and he disappears. But on the other hand, you're saying he moves like HOV. No, Kendrick will drop an album and disappear and go be with his family for 5 years. That's what he'll do.
Yeah, so he won the battle, but like
no. My point about the dissing is when Kendrick is dissing, somebody usually has fucked with him.
Ether.
No.
Whoa! What? What? No, nigga, you just said okay. You had me up until that point. That is fucking wild.
So Kendrick's the bully.
Wild.
He goes around shaking the table.
Did he not in the beginning of his career? Like, bro, let's think about it. Dude, did he not when Kendrick really became who he is? Like, I'm that nigga. Was he not dissing niggas when there was no beef to begin with?
Dissing somebody and beef is different. That's one. Two. Drake dissed Kendrick first. Okay.
Tell me the bar.
It wasn't in a bar.
When was it?
It was in an interview.
Okay.
Kendrick was ranked in 2013 the hottest MC. It was a big deal back then. MTV used to do the hottest MC thing. I remember there's a video out there where they asked Lil Wayne, and Gucci made it, Eminem made it, and Wayne's getting off a tour bus and he's reacting to it. So it used to be a big deal. Rappers used to care about shit like that. You know, we used to when we was in high school. That was, you know, that shit. Magazines.
So like before you in front of your audience walk yourself down a rabbit hole. Are you talking about the first time someone verbally like I don't fuck with Kendrick, I don't fuck with Drake? Or are you talking about subliminals? Because subliminals.
It was subliminals.
Okay, cool.
It was subliminals.
Okay, because that's not true.
Huh?
That's not true.
Okay, you gonna go to Bury Alive?
No, I'm not. Do you not remember when the fucking BET Cypher came out?
That was
that. Why I'm talking that language? 2013 is when the nothing was.
I know.
Saying.
That was that. No, what I'm saying that happened goes before that.
When did Control come out?
Control came out 2013, summer 2013. Okay, so all this that I'm talking about is a little bit before that.
Okay, so we're talking a couple of days. If you're right,
not a couple of days. I'm talking about months earlier. Drake had a problem with MTV's hottest MC list. He was passive aggressive. Shane even said it. Shane even said it.
That's fine. Yeah.
He said he was dismissive.
I'm asking a question though, like, because like, I mean, we're 13 years spread away. I know that the real beef started in 2013.
Yes.
Someone can. While we're sitting here talking, if you can look up the date of it, that'd be cool.
Shane, I'll have Shane look at that. Shane,
look up the date of it because like now we're talking nickels and dimes at this
point. But let me finish the timeline though, even if I'm wrong, right? So that happens. Drake was dismissive and nasty. Okay. Kendrick then does Control. Okay. And Control really, we can get into the merits of Control.
Whose name did he emphasize on?
Huh?
Whose voice did he emphasize on?
Whose voice?
Whose name? I mean, I'm sorry. Whose name did he emphasize on?
In Control? Yeah. That was an open shot. That was an open invitation to the whole.
That was I'm talking about Drake. Nigga, yeah. He emphasized on that.
I'm glad. So let me
that interview. So you might be right.
I'm so glad we could clarify this.
Yeah.
So all Kendrick did was bring competition into the sport. Yeah. So earlier, Marquise's first point that he got on with was that Drake brings the best out of everybody. Well, it seems to me there was a lot of pussyfooting around in the 2010s. A lot of pussyfooting around until Mr. Kendrick Lamar made everybody competitive.
What was the first part I said though? Don't ignore that.
I don't remember.
It was that either they're on. He brings the best out of everybody when they're on the same track together, or if they're in competition. So don't ignore half of what I said. Because did that Poetic Justice come out before Control? Yes, it did.
Yep, you're right. Okay, you're right about that. He said September 25th, 2013. Okay. So
can you look up when Control came out?
Yeah,
it was around that time too. You might be right because I think I was on.
No, Control came a month before that. Control came a month before that, but I don't know what. I don't know what interview he's referencing.
Yeah.
All I know is that the MTV he needs to look up the MTV hottest
Kendrick fans. My hands is up.
Whose?
Kendrick fans. My hands is up. That's his man's that said.
He said September 25th. So you're saying the MTV's hottest list is before this. There's another interview where he sat down with I think Hot 97, and he was being super dismissive and nasty.
We can, if you want, I got plenty of time. You can put the interview up on the screen, what he's talking about, September 25th, 2013. And then we'll look up when Control was released.
Let me see.
So that way everybody that's watching can understand.
Let me see if I can find it. When was MTV's hottest MC 2013 list? Nonetheless, so they have released this on March 7th, 2013.
Okay, that would make sense for your timeline. When was Control released? You said it was September? August. That makes sense. And that makes sense why he emphasized nigga and he punched Drake. That makes sense why he punched it.
What do you mean? I'm confused now.
Have you not listened to Control? Do you just listen to Kendrick and just not listen to what he's doing?
You said he punched too.
When he literally go back. So can you play Control real quick? Does he not emphasize Drake's name more than everybody else on that bitch?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Play it.
I think
I must be crazy. Play just his verse. Play it.
I think
and I'm gonna punch when he says Drake's name. Everybody else's name.
Even if he did. So what? It's all a myth. That's all.
What I'm saying is like Drake has always been his competition, and I think where Drake was coming from was like, how am I competition with a nigga not that I put on, but it's like he's opening for me. Is that not a thing? At the time, I'm not saying today. I think that your timeline is right. Drake did do those things. I think you're forgetting that Kendrick dropped the best album. It was crowned by multiple magazines. And To Pimp a Butterfly, greatest hip hop.
No, Good Kid, Mad City came out 2012.
Yeah.
Okay. Kendrick was heralded as the God MC and hip hop's next savior.
And you cannot get no argument from me. Kendrick's up 2. The first 2, Thank Me Later compared to Take Me Care, Get Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly. Kendrick's up 2, 100%.
Okay. I don't want to go down. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. He said it was for the rhyme. Sonny's saying the emphasis on the Drake was for the rhyme. Okay,
no, it was on Control.
No. He's saying the way he emphasized.
Okay.
For the rhyme. Yeah. But nonetheless, my point is that Drake is a spicy ass bitch. We all know this. He's sassy.
Damn, why gotta be all that?
He is. He's sassy. So Kendrick is
that's a whole nother. Because here's my problem. So you open that door. You open that paradox. You are as a Kendrick fan than what you think Drake fans are. 100%.
Nope.
100%, nigga.
The difference with me,
Kendrick farts on the beat, bro. You fucker, bro.
No, the difference with me and the people that you're talking about that I'm trying to get you to understand is Kendrick isn't my beginning point in this space. I got rappers that
I hope it's not Pac. I hope it's not Pac.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Hey, everybody watching right now, go listen to Pac's first few albums before he got with Suge Knight and see who the biggest actor is. Is it Drake on Degrassi or is it Tupac?
We are not doing this. We're
gonna be up all fucking night, bro.
Yeah, we are not doing this.
We're gonna be up all
because to even.
I was trying to leave it at Kendrick. You're trying to take it somewhere else. That could have been.
No, my point was their starting point in this space is Drake. He's their North Star. Kendrick is not my North Star. Kendrick can come and go. I fuck with Kendrick. I think he's the best of our time since I've been around, but he's not my North Star. I respect HOV. No, listen, I respect HOV. I respect the God MCs. I listen to Nas. I listen to Tupac. I listen to these guys.
Yeah,
I know their whole shit.
Music is amazing. Their music is amazing. I'm not.
And you've never heard me. You've heard them. You've heard
you. I never heard you critique them niggas ever.
Exactly. You've heard Aubrey's Angels. No, listen. You've heard Aubrey's Angels disrespect the God MCs. I don't do that.
Okay.
So to compare me and them is different. I'm saying you can wean me off the Kendrick nipple, dog. I'm always about the space. I'm always about hip hop.
It's gonna take Lisa and Teddy for sure to get you off that Kendrick nipple. I ain't gonna lie.
It's gonna take a way bigger, better act that I'll be willing to relinquish the vote.
And Teddy to get you off that nipple. I ain't gonna.
And that's what I was trying to tell you earlier. You said who gets to determine, or I thought you would have asked how do we protect the space. And to your point, I don't think
you're going to get to that conversation in good faith. Like, I think no matter what Jay-Z put, and this is just me, my opinion, you've never said this. I think right now, if HOV and Drake go track for, we'll say they both get 2, right? Just get 2. You get the initial, nigga, this is who I'm talking to directly on both sides, and you get the initial, nigga, this is my diss. I think no matter what you're going to, even if Drake has the better track, there's nothing that Drake can do to prove that he beat HOV. I don't think you're ever going to be at that point.
Are you saying that just because my hate for Drake, or just because
100% off your hate for Drake? No, your knowledge on the culture, 100%, nigga.
Okay,
you're one of the most people.
Hold on, no.
When it comes to hip hop.
So okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. So do I say that Meek Mills beat Drake?
Yeah, but you don't like Meek Mill either. What? You don't like Meek Mill either. Like, so like, what the fuck are we talking about? He beat a nigga you don't like. Drake has.
I used to fuck with Meek Mills. I used to fuck with Meek. He lost fair and square, dog. Like when it's resounding, like Kendrick beat Drake resounding, and it's only Drake fans that are like, he won. And everybody's like, shut the fuck up. There
are some Drake fans out there that said Drake won 100%. That is crazy.
And they're delusional. I'm not that. My point is, I'm not that guy. If
out of his mouth didn't even say he won. Barry lied.
Listen. If Drake,
Barry lied, someone come dig me up. Like he literally said,
I got buried. I got buried. That's what he's saying. If Drake and HOV go they go blow for blow and it's close, I might side with HOV depending on one of those metrics you said. That's when those will get involved. But if it's resounding, one of them get the better of the other, I would. If Drake gets the better of HOV in a 4-song pack, I'm gonna be like Drake whoop HOV's old ass, and I'm gonna move on.
He has to win by a landslide for you to acknowledge that he's the winner.
He got to win by a decent margin, yeah.
For you, a landslide. That's
because you want to know why. You want to know why that would be. You want to know why that would be.
His ass.
Because you want to know why that will be because I already said last stream, and I've said before. Drake can't big bro HOV. So that won't be y'all's angle because y'all know y'all won't win that. However, I do remember y'all telling us in Drake's last 2 beefs that he won the beef because he's still up ultimately and he's still on top. He's still the chart guy. He's still the guy. Well, if it's close and Drake beats HOV, well, guess what? HOV is still up. HOV's still going to be the guy.
He's still like what he said, bro. I understood what he said, nigga. You're looking at the wrong chart. Like
exactly.
I never looked at you. The fact that you have songs that told me that you looked up to me. I already won. I'm not dumb. I understand hip hop. That's what I was telling you on your post the other day. I never said his shit was corny.
You didn't. I was just y'all woke me up and had me.
Because you was coming at me. I was like, nigga, I never said he was corny.
Y'all woke me up and had me hot. I know what I said and how I said it was like a little slap at Drake. I know it came off a little bit pretentious and like, I know what you're doing, but I was so irritated because it's like, no, I just had to listen for 2 weeks straight. Drake fans bang me over the head with the most elementary fucking bars I ever heard.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't understand so like we can talk. Can we? I mean,
can we agree? Can we agree that there's 2 different what HOV just did and what Drake did totally different?
Yeah, because like I can. I mean, so HOV in terms of hip hop is that nigga. That's why everyone comes to HOV.
I'm talking about them bars.
The bars. You think every bar that he had on there was better than anything had Drake on there?
No, not anything. I think as a package. I said earlier, I thought HOV was more efficient in that 16 than Drake was on 18 songs on the album.
I think you know what's crazy? I think HOV for the whole freestyle has the best freestyle to punch at niggas in the last year or 2 for sure. I'll say that 100%. But if you're talking about he used the lyrics that Drake used, and he definitely told that nigga you're a little boy, then yes, if that's what you're asking.
I'm not asking that, even though I agree with that. I'm talking about the bar work. I'm talking about the way HOV led up to the bar to let you know a bar was coming, and then he punched. Drake was doing that on Iceman, but to me, it was a lot. 95% of them was corny, and they were forced, and they were cheap and easy. They were Nicola. I called it. I said that's childish.
Can you walk me out? So like, this is why I said like this.
I'll tell you one. The Iceman's now Iceman. Now I'm hot and cold.
Okay, yeah, that's a corny bar, 100%. But can you tell me any of his hard bars that were truly like on that bitch for a reason? He's specifically, everybody knows he's talking because the Drake take the AK out, he'd probably be in jail.
That was time. That was time.
Feel me?
That
Kendrick,
was
you said your hero. Kendrick, you said your hero is Drake.
That was time.
He is literally. We ain't gonna say it on your stream, boy. Like he literally one of them. He literally one of them. But you're gonna come at me on the world crazy. So you feel me? So like, you can't say that 95% of his bars was corny.
Yeah, I can.
Corny nigga. And Drake is always, bro. He's in a video like this. He's always been corny, bro. He's always been corny. Drake was never not a corny nigga. But that's not the reason why people fuck with Drake.
Okay, touche. But. Oh, you got me. You said you gave me a bar that I like, and there's maybe 3 or 4 more bars. I would have to really think
on the whole album.
Where I'm like, okay.
Can I ask you how many times have you since the first week? How many times have you spent through it and actually digested? Remember, I wrote you like before you had your first initial video, and that's
more than most people that say they.
I agree, 100%. I agree. You did. I knew you did your homework. But I'm asking, how long have you let those bars really sit with you?
That's the thing. Those bars. First off, a lot of these tracks and a lot of the verses I've already heard. I don't know. I'm tapped the fucking. Drake released 100 gigabytes last summer, guys, and a lot of this,
everybody already knows. Yeah,
but I don't think people went through it. A lot of this was on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've already heard them.
Not a lot of it. Not a
lot. That's
you're over exaggerated. There was bars that were.
There's definitely bars in song. National Treasure. I've been heard that.
Hey, Kawhi, you think you can get a?
That was not tight. That was not tight.
He's talking directly to a nigga that really was at Pop Out. I'm sorry, not Pop Out. That was LeBron. He's directly talking to a nigga that was in there.
He's talking to DeMar DeRozan.
We're supposed to be cronies.
He's talking about LeBron and DeMar DeRozan. And
he's talking about DeMar. No, I'm talking about the bar. He's talking about DeMar DeRozan. Nigga, we're in the spur of the moment. Nigga, where did we trade you to? Because Kawhi, did we think you can get us a ring, bro? If Kendrick does that bar, nigga, come on.
I would literally, if y'all, first off, y'all wouldn't let that get off. Y'all wouldn't let that get off. Y'all would say he literally forced the word Kawhi.
Is Sonny watching Sonny? Did you not tell me that was?
He said the Kawhi one was crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy. First off, like I said, I heard it last year. I think it's one of the most. He forced it in there. The whole scheme was a forced scheme. It wasn't tight to me. That's not tight. No, Stephen, you ain't that whole bar. I don't think that was crazy at all.
You truly think that most of his shit is written? Do you think most of his like been from ghostwriters?
That was battle rap. Yeah, that was Arsenal. That was battle rap. Somebody from the battle space was giving them those.
Okay, that's fair, and that's something that we can. That's probably not a debate for us to do. Like,
no. I mean, and I've already said there's a lot of songs on there where they're reference tracks, and
no, and they are. I mean, little bit in love with you, nigga.
I don't mean samples. I mean the song where he's rapping like Central Trick. I'm talking about literal reference.
Little Birdie.
Little Birdie was Kodak in 1990 Rugrats.
100. So Little
Whisper by Name or one of them records. I can't remember which one it is.
It was Kodak. Little Bird. That's crazy because there's the white
boy.
You
said quit doing that to battle rap.
He wrote that shit. That's just hip hop.
Dog, he was rapping like 21 Savage in 2 songs. He was rapping like Central C in another song.
No, and that's fine.
And I don't mean rapping like them. I mean, Stephen Akram, on June 1st, am telling y'all they're reference tracks. And I'm not the crazy one. Y'all are the crazy ones because the nigga has a history of doing it. And then and we just ignore it. And then when somebody says it, they're looked at as crazy. Nigga,
here's how I'm agree with you.
Last year, more reference tracks leaked.
Here's how I'm agree with you 100%. It's because the last time he got caught the first time ever with the Quentin Miller shit when he was trying to get out of contract. If you're reading Not Too Late, Quentin Miller trying to get out of contract. So do I think that Drake wrote every single bar on every track? No. Do I think ever since that point Drake has admitted to doing that? Fucking no. Have you listened to this man? He said no. It's a creative process. He gives people bars. he gets other bars. You think 21 writes every single thing that when him and Drake do? Not him and Drake do? No.
Yes, Shane. Yeah, we're still on that. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I have never once said Drake writes every single bar in his music, but the fact that you pretend that he doesn't write anything is crazy.
I didn't say he don't write anything. I said he muddied up the water, and I can tell when it's somebody else.
He did. Baby Keem don't run some of Kendrick shit too, and
don't act like
you didn't. Don't act like you didn't.
That is the other way around, brother.
Why did Kendrick not respond to it? That's my question.
They laughed. Everybody laughed.
You laughed.
What was Baby Keem penning? Mr. Morale? What was he penning?
The only thing that Kendrick was going to do that was deep about his life, maybe. No, 100%. No.
Okay, all right.
Hear me out. So Kendrick has been amazing at every single album. Has got to be different. The one album that, like you said, he's independent. It's supposed to be him. Allegations come up there. Drake says it. You don't respond. Drake says all these other things. You don't respond. How the fuck am I supposed to know if it's true or not if you didn't respond to it?
Some shit you let fly, Marky. Some of the most outrageous shit you just gotta let fly.
Okay, Drake tries to do that with the pedophiles, and I know you hate this argument, but that's the point I'm saying. Is like, at what point do we believe what's being said? And then if that's the case, then nigga, we're gonna judge who has the best.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Who has the best baby?
Y'all are running rap fact sheets on shit that they said. Drake can say whatever the fuck he wants, and it's up to us to determine if it lands or not.
Because he did chess. He
lost because he said shit. He lost because he said shit that wasn't believable. That's what a rap beef is. When you're roasting a nigga, you better say something that's believable.
So you believe that Drake is a pedophile before you would believe that Kendrick
there's more legs. There's more legs to the joke.
Name them.
We don't gotta do this. We don't gotta do this.
But I'm asking you.
Okay, can I just I want to close that chapter.
No,
the Drake PDF thing was a narrative way before Kendrick got involved.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
He takes a picture with an 18-year-old Millie Bobby, who's also a celebrity. They call him a pedophile, right?
So I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. My point is, you're already agreeing that it was a narrative.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you talking about? That means it has more legs. It's more believable. If you say it in a rap beef, it's more believable.
Nigga, we come from a black community. It's more believable that a nigga will touch his wife's face before they touch a child.
You're trying to take this to the court of law and do what Aubrey did. We're talking a rap battle, dog. None of the facts don't fucking matter, dog.
But I'm trying to get you to one point. You have consistently not acknowledged what the fuck Aubrey was saying, and you just did it because now.
You gotta let shit. It was in a rap battle, nigga. Baby Keem didn't write for Kendrick. I don't want to spend 5 minutes talking about if Baby Keem wrote for Kendrick. It's a rap battle.
Why are you bringing up why is it okay if bro say Quentin Miller?
The shit we got here from the reference track. I don't know how. I said y'all people look at me or are going to look at me crazy. Shane's we're talking about reference tracks in 2026. Yikes. No, we're talking about it because he continues to do it. I know what Shane's point was. He's saying get off that. My point is I can hear when it's a reference track. I'm telling y'all, no one else has to tell y'all. I'm glad I got a stream because I'm usually first and I'm usually right and I never recorded. He got reference tracks on this bitch. 21 Savage done at least 2 songs. 2 songs.
Have you ever been inside? So this is why I'm gonna something I could.
Central C did another song, and
this is something I could probably enlighten people to how the music industry really works. So someone can write a track to a beat, and then someone comes in no, that's not how you should lay this shit down. They go in with their phone with their lyrics. I'm not saying this happened with Drake. I'm not saying that at all. But it's if we're only going off of reference tracks, when Drake has been credited writing Kanye shit, Beyonce shit, Alicia Keys shit, all these other songs that have literally hit top shit. He obviously can write, can he not?
No one ever said he couldn't.
That was the point I was trying to make. We're trying to ignore the fact that
no one ever said he couldn't. What we don't know because he ruined it is the volume at which he can write at.
So every time he drops it, and I agree with that. You know what? That's a dope ass bar. Punch that, let's label it, because every time he drops something nice, we're gonna always have to question, did he do that?
Thank you.
That's fine.
And that's not my fault. That's not my fault. Sorry. So y'all are sitting here comparing him to niggas like HOV, who, to my knowledge, I know there's ancillary rumors of him having ghostwriters, but nothing substantial says Jay-Z has a ghostwriter. Nothing substantial says Kendrick Lamar or Nas have a ghostwriter. I'm not comparing the niggas to the niggas who don't have right.
The reason why I want to get into that is because obviously he dropped it. On Iceman 4, right? He dropped the Iceman episode 4.
Yep.
Go back and watch 1 through 3.
You cut it. Go watch. I watched all
when he showed everybody. Yeah.
Oh, that was delusional. On the radio, that was fucking delusional.
No. I'm not talking about the release. The album release. First off, the album release is fire. You cannot say that.
I love the visual.
Yeah, the visuals were.
I thought the visual was the best thing to come out of all that night.
And you know what? And the first time I did the playthrough, I agree with you 100%. 100%. Am I cutting out still? Because you freezing.
No, you're good. You're good now.
But go watch episode 1 through 3, the full versions. You'll see, bro.
I watch them again.
Him and 40 cooking up the beats, and you see, bro, literally trying to how his creative process is. He was trying to show niggas this is what I do. And if you don't want to believe that, I mean, I don't know. And that's the craziest part about it.
No, and that's where me and Aubrey friends always disagree. Y'all say it's crazy, I say no. I got a lot of proof to tell me not to.
You have 3 reference tracks.
3 reference tracks?
Yeah, from if you're reading this too late, and you might have some pop reference tracks, which is common in that. Is that not common in that space?
Okay, so last year, let me tell you something. Last year, I don't know if you know, more reference tracks leaked from Scorpion. Rory wrote some shit. I mean, did references on Mob Ties. A whole bunch of shit leaked a couple years ago.
So, how are we gonna?
No.
How are we going to literally authenticate those then, man?
What do you mean?
It's a lot. It's weird as fuck that a lot of reference tracks come out after the song is already done. I can make a reference track right now for next time Kendrick does something. I can go to the studio right now, like, hey, I'm the one that wrote this, and I've told Kendrick how to write that shit. If niggas didn't know who I am, then would I not go about? That's what I'm saying. Like, how are we? Because that's the point that I'm getting to at this point. Like, if that was the case, then Drake would be in lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. I only respect the lawsuits that he got with Quentin Miller because Quentin Miller actually sued and he lost.
Listen,
that's how the music industry works, bro.
No, y'all are the Drake fans are the classic case of starting a problem and complaining about the outcome of the problem or pretending to play hero for the problem he created. Everything you're complaining about, he did it to himself. You already agreed. I can't help that you got caught with ghostwriters. I can't help that The Weeknd did reference tracks on Take Care, and that's a fact. I can't help that.
That was never hidden. Hold on, stop. That was never hidden. Never hidden. That
ain't the point. It's not the point. It's not the point. It's not the point. It don't matter. It don't matter. The reason why in hip hop you're supposed to protect your pen with your life because it's your fucking life. If you lose credibility in your pen, you've lost credibility, dog.
Never been in, bro. The music industry doesn't work like that. Being real with you, does not work like that. So I'm just gonna use 1 point. I'm single, Drake. You don't think that song would have sounded better if Drake did that? I'm single.
I'm sure it did.
I'm sure Wayne heard that bitch and said, that's my
No, I listen to music. I understand how it works. I understand that Drake maneuvers different genres so he's able to get away with it. But in hip hop, you are supposed to write. So the whole
when it comes to hip hop, he needs to write everything. 100%.
Yes, not the hooks. No, not the hooks. He said Weeknd gets way too much credit for Take Care. I hate that argument. I agree with Protect Your Pen though. I don't hate the argument.
No, he's credited on 4 songs.
I know
on his album going on it. No, so that I'm a Drake fan. I know 100%.
I know. And first off,
4 songs.
First off,
Drake said no, those are mine, and OVOXO is no more. Like that is
first off, where there's smoke, there's fire, y'all. First off, y'all are just gonna negate and act like The Weeknd didn't have quarrels with Aubrey about this situation. That's first. Stephen was there. I remember, huh?
They've been beefing since 2012.
Exactly. So again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all are just gonna pass it off like he gave him credit. No, there was beef about that. There was beef about that. And we also know that he was trying to sign The Weeknd. A lot of their beef is because he was trying to sign The Weeknd to OVO, and that's why there was OVO XO, and The Weeknd gave him songs in return. What are y'all talking about? I was there. I remember. I know what the fuck happened. So, again, where there's smoke, there's fire. He did it to himself. Y'all are mad at a problem he fucking created. I don't forget these things. I document them. And then I come up with this. I come up with a whole. I'm like, okay, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. That's my safe assumption. Drake, there's been smoke every trail that he's gone. You got references tracks with The Weeknd. Okay, well, we forgave him for that. Well, then a couple years later, guess what? Quentin Miller pops up. There's reference. No, don't be mad at me. How y'all mad at me? Y'all want me to forget it and forgive it? No, I'm not going to, dog. It's part of history. It happened. Stephen, don't forget. The nigga, that's what he does. Sorry.
But like, can I, and this is like something that I'm going to get us, and this was the point I was trying to get us to, the machine of the industry.
I understand how it works.
Like, I'm not going to say there is no Kendrick without Drake, but like, he's the one that gave the nigga the platform. And that's what our initial conversation
That's just delusional. That's
How?
just delusional.
K-Dot, you think the world knew who K-Dot was?
The world would have known his trajectory or career path would have been different because that's how the butterfly effect works.
If there's no Poetic Justice on there, what pushes the album? If there's no Poetic Justice on there, Get Kid, Mad City, what pushes the album? RN, ding, ding, ding. That was YouTube. What pushes the album at the time? At the time, no, I'm
Here's
not.
Here's the thing that y'all need to. Aubrey Frank, again, y'all be really close to the carrot, but y'all be missing it. I think you really don't. Y'all say Kendrick is the industry puppet, which there's legs to that if y'all were smart, but y'all don't be smart enough. Kendrick is an Interscope Aftermath signee. He's co-signed by Dr. Dre. He was going to blow fucking regardless. This battle was going to happen regardless. I told y'all then because of it. Okay? He's Aftermath Interscope. They ran the decade before. Drake is fucking Young Money, YMCMB. Dog, they've been playing musical chairs. It's Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. That's their conglomerate. Okay? Then there's Birdman, Cash Money, Young Money, Drake, and Nicki. Okay, then you got Rock Nation. Kendrick is their people. He was already going to blow. What are we talking about?
My question is, why did he have to give him that platform though if he didn't need it?
Because let me tell you why.
Why did he not go on tour? Who at the time, we're talking about 2012, who's on the West Coast? Dr.
Let me tell you why. Because Drake has always been the industry puppet that y'all try to paint Kendrick to be. Drake has always been the cash cow. Drake has always been.
I agree with that.
So we understand, like, it's not confusing to anybody that yes, Drake has a stimulus package because the industry has always been behind Aubrey fucking Graham. Again, I'm old enough to remember when Aubrey came into the game and who had to co-sign him that y'all conveniently ignored. Okay? Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's in the songs. Like, we don't know shit.
We know, but y'all disrespect Wayne and disrespect Young Money and act like he didn't bounce off the hottest label in the game. Y'all act like Kendrick and all these other niggas had our industry plans. What the fuck was Drake? They had to sit him next to Wayne. Wayne had to go get him and cool him up for niggas. That happened. I was there.
You know what's crazy? I got a point for your argument that that actually boosts her shit up. Wayne said no to Drake until he heard that nigga again.
We remember. Me and Hunter we were Wayne fans. I know. Yes. I know they had to sit him next to Wayne to get the cosign of the culture.
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't want to do it because Jada. Hey.
And then they washed him up in Miami with Rick Ross. I know what the fuck happened. I remember.
So like, is that something that we could talk about too? Is that off limits? Like how the industry, the 20v1 shit popped up.
It ain't 20v1. It's 20v1.
I should be talking to.
It ain't 20v1. We just talked.
If 10v1, is that better? 10v1.
No, y'all's narrative is wrong because y'all only giving Drake one, and there's a lot of more people behind Drake. Let him tell it. There's Chubbs too, and 40. No,
that's the word take you had all night.
Okay, I'm just saying. The idea.
You've been doing amazing. You've been doing amazing, but
the idea that this guy was going 20v1 is so asinine. It's just so asinine.
But are you not taking it literal what he's saying though at the time?
What do you mean?
At the time when that shit came out of nowhere, like, don't be wrong, Kendrick, Future, and Metro, they dropped that shit. That shit was gas, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. But that shit was fire. They dropped that. J. Cole and Drake are supposed to be like, hey, we right here, nigga. Like, oh yeah, talking about the big three. Cole gets a fucking pass out of nowhere, which I know you don't give him one, but I'm saying Cole gets a fucking pass, and he's like, nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, I wasn't even jumping. Drake was never going to jump in. Kendrick's been subliminally dissing this nigga. They've been doing subliminals for years. He was never going to jump into that. I'm not the rapper, nigga. I make
all right, man. All right. Aubrey's the victim again. He didn't scheme this whole thing, I guess.
So you don't think what? So who schemed it? You think Drake schemed this shit? He wanted to
Drake was popping his shit more on Her Loss and Scary Hours 3 and For All the Dogs than he was on this last Little Barbie Doll album. Y'all timeline is way wrong. He was dissing everybody on Her Loss. Everybody. And he was dissing Kendrick a lot. Him and 21 Savage. Then he took J. Cole on tour, okay? And he came out with the song called First Person Shooter, where they dissed Kendrick Lamar. Okay, and people conveniently ignore Drake's last verse in that, where he's talking about buying somebody's publishing. If your pub was up for sale, I'll buy the whole thing. Who the fuck was he talking to?
We don't know because he didn't his name.
I know.
There's a lot.
I knew then. Yeah, no, I knew.
If you was a Rick Ross fan, if you was a Rick Ross fan, only listen to Rick Ross, but you were just like, damn, he's talking to Rick Ross. Because who? No, hear me out. Because I think you broke that bar down different. Who has the most hits with Drake besides DJ Khaled?
You think he's talking to Rick Ross?
100%.
Okay, let me give you.
That's why he mentioned throughout the beef. Has he not mentioned this nigga's name multiple times? Nigga, every hit you don't got.
I'm still in the trenches, Marquise. You want to know what was happening?
How many hits did
can I inform you what was going on between them in between bars for like maybe like 6 or 7 years?
Go ahead.
They were exchanging Michael Jackson and Prince references for about 6 years prior to the beef, guys. Okay, you want to know how I know he was talking to Kendrick? You want to know how I know he was talking to Kendrick? Because in that verse that we're talking about, First Person Shooter, he was talking about getting the #1 record and breaking Mike's record, and he was talking shit to Kendrick, who says he's Prince. Kendrick been saying he's Prince, and Aubrey been running with him being Michael Jackson. I pay attention. I know lyrics. I know what the fuck I've been listening to.
Every bar too.
So he was talking to Kendrick. He wasn't talking to Ross and all these ancillary niggas. There was things in that fucking song that woke Kendrick up to do what he did. Drake, the way y'all let him throw rocks and hide his hand is in fucking say. If y'all would just say the nigga is a great sneak disser, he fucks a lot of niggas bitches, he does a lot of shit behind the scenes, but he's the guy, I would be like, I respect that. That's what HOV did. Y'all let the nigga do what he'll punch you. He's Eddie Guerrero. And then his fans be like, he's innocent. The nigga's not innocent. He be doing sly ass shit all year long. And then when niggas decide to respond, I'm sorry, it all seemed to be at the same time, but you just was dissing everybody a couple of months prior on For All the Dogs. You just dissed Rihanna. You just did.
But like, does that matter that it takes the entire industry?
It didn't take nothing for you to. It didn't take nothing. It did not take nothing. We wanted to isolate it. It was Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Drake was getting pieced up by Kendrick Lamar and turned his focus just like anybody would. If I'm fighting a nigga that got smoked and there's other people that I can act like I want to fight instead, that's what I would
do. I'll make a reference here. Not Like Us was like how when Joe Frazier put
he said Mike Prince. Sorry.
Mike was a Prince. Sorry, Kendrick. But no, seriously though, Not Like Us was like when Joe Frazier put Muhammad Ali down. So like, do we end the battle there? Like, don't get me wrong. It took Muhammad Ali how many years to come back to fight Joe? He had to get his title back. So like, if Drake everything forward, you're gonna say like that shit don't matter, nigga. The battle is over. No, that's not how that works. If Kendrick or Jay-Z keep responding, nigga, no.
No, if Muhammad Ali got punched down and then in the interview waved the white flag, proverbially, not literally, but proverbially, basically, then the fight's over, dog. Sorry.
When did
you already agreed earlier that he waved the white flag? You already agreed.
But like, I agreed to that 100%, which is why I think most real Drake hip hop fans was frustrated. Like,
They should have been.
Nigga, where's our nuke at? Nigga, I thought you had something, but
Then he teased y'all all summer.
But did you not listen to Iceman when he addresses why he didn't respond?
Dog, he can't spin a narrative for me.
So like that's what I'm saying. It's like at what point did
he's the liar. He's the liar. He's the liar.
History gonna tell.
Okay, what did he do? Did he sit up in the shop? You remember the shop interview with LeBron?
Yeah.
Was that pathetic when he tried to check when he looked at LeBron and said, "What did you tell me?" And that was pathetic. Okay.
No. 100%.
Okay. He was
100%.
listen. No.
I also think that nigga's been a light skinned nigga his whole life, and he has never truly realized LeBron.
I'm not letting you go down that rabbit hole. Let me make my point.
No, I'm gonna go down it. He's not.
My point was we seen him in real time in 2018 try to spin the Pusha T narrative. Me, Hunter, Shane, you, Kevin, everybody on here seen it in real time. He tried to do that. We've already seen him do it. Once again, I'm using your track record against you. So when you're in another beef and you lose again and you try to spin the narrative, I'm going to say, well, he's the guy that's done it before. I've never seen Kendrick do it. I've seen him do it multiple times, try to change narratives. I haven't seen Kendrick do it. I haven't seen Kendrick in a beef. So excuse me.
That's a bar.
Excuse me for siding with my logic and saying,
That's Meet the Grams, which you never defended.
What do you mean?
That. I like that. You've never defended Meet the Grams, nigga. If you seen Drake do it, then Kendrick could do it too. I like that. So you're admitting.
Elaborate.
Like how Kendrick just was like just saying whatever on the track because he knew, and he just dropped it right after Family Matters. He knew I can lie on this bitch, and it's gonna take away from Family Matters. I like that. Now, hey, respect to that one. That you got me on that one.
All right, so I'm glad we had a crazy. Can we finish this whole thing and then we could get out of here?
Yeah,
let's finish the little verse, and then I want you to react specifically to the verse, and then I got a question on what you think the album of the year is after that. All right?
Yeah, 100%. Album of the year.
Rap album of the year. Yeah. Okay. And it's going to be a quick discussion because I know it's kind of unprepared and stuff, and you probably need to think about it. So.
Yeah, I would have to definitely look at it.
Says to me, this is working. Your publishing gangster, go talk tough.
Oh, can I pass it there? What do you got to say about that?
Nigga, he said some real nigga shit. Drake talking about bees on the table. He said them niggas still got your publishing. Nigga, go talk to them. Talk tough to them. Oh God, that's bees on the table references. Nigga, bro, I do this. He talking about bees on the table, nigga. They have everything. They own Drizzy Drake. That's why I told you his name. He gonna have to. The boy gonna have to turn his name to.
He alluded to that, and I
he's going to have to be Aubrey Graham. He's going to have to be because Drizzy Drake, UMG still owns. I know what the fuck.
And before we go back to the video, I just want to say, I said on my stream that I reacted to Iceman. I said there is a way Drake can win this. I said, but we got to see it through. I'm not giving him no championship belt or no win because I also believe, again, me personally, I think he's the master manipulator and liar. I think he's going to re-sign with UMG. That's me.
He's definitely going to sign with them. 100%.
Okay, and when he does, I'm inviting you back on because these fans for 2 years said him winning the game was him getting out of UMG, getting his masters back, and getting $500 billion. So if he gets anything short of these things, Stefan's going to say you lost. And Iceman was all talk.
I'm gonna come on this bitch on a apology tour because when he does resign,
which he will,
if you re-listen to the album, he's gonna resign with you. He's
gonna resign
with niggas. He's going to. He said how many 10-figure deals have there ever been?
He said on multiple albums that him and Lucien was like Shaq and Kobe. I heard it loud and clear. And I'm just saying, I said a couple streams ago, if you're gonna make Mike references, then be like Mike. If you're gonna do the Iceman thing, be like that man Pac right there, and Prince, who Prince had to change his name to a symbol for 10 years. He wasn't even known as Prince and released hundreds of albums because he was done with the industry.
He had what, 46 total?
Yeah.
And I don't think 1% of the population.
No, exactly. Exactly. So Drake, if you want to take that avenue, guess what? We got greats in this space, in this culture that have done it. Go ahead.
Can I say
support
one
it?
thing?
Do it.
Can I say one thing. He tried to show them what he's trying to do because he funded these 3 albums by himself. That's why it says Aubrey Graham. If you go to Apple Music right now,
Oh yeah, I heard he spent millions on this on the rollout alone.
I think he's showing them, nigga, I'm willing to do that if you don't give me what I want, which he's going to sign for by probably 4 to 5 billion, 100%.
No, that's
not going to go
billion.
Yeah, billion. B's on the table. He didn't say a B on the table. He said B's on the table. I don't think he's going to go independent at all.
Okay,
100%.
we agree.
He doesn't.
We agree with. I don't think he's going independent, but we totally disagree on the amount.
How much do you think he's going to sign for? The last one was 500 million in 2021.
It was 400 million, and
it was 400.
I think HOV just alluded to something being in perpetuity. So
you talking about, nigga, it's gonna cost you a B.
I think people need to know what perpetuity means. It means
I know what perpetuity means.
You're in a snake eating the tail, a never-ending circle. So if you sign,
basically HOV telling a nigga, I got the independent game on lock. So like, you come over here, we're gonna figure it out. So like, trust me, I know. That's why I don't think he wants to fuck with that. And
I want to see them numbers.
Which is, you're never gonna see him. I don't think we'll never see independent Drake. We'll never see that.
I love this tape. I love this tape.
I think HOV is the standard for a reason.
I love this tape. So again, there's levels to this talk.
We saw one black man do this shit and he conquered it. And
he already beat the game. He already beat the game, y'all.
Trust me.
He already beat the game.
They ain't gonna.
So I'm just saying, I gotta see Aubrey play it out. Go ahead and fight against UMG. I love it. I don't like none of that. I don't like UMG. I still got smoked for. I'm gonna get to UMG at some point and all the sick shit they done did. They done killed Angie Stone last year. I got some shit for UMG.
Bro. Hey, if you want to have me back on the show, we can do all deep dive. But I'll tell you, like, right now is that when it comes to this shit, Drake did this to get more money. He didn't do this for freedom. It's like, I can't. If he leaves everything, Drizzy Drake, the name and all that, you heard when Too Hard for the Real, my name is Drizzy Drake and I'm keeping the name. Nigga, you have to sue us for that. We own it. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I know what's going on, bro. Like, that's not how that works. My name is Drizzy Drake. I'm keeping the name.
Exactly right,
bro. That's the version of Drake you've been asking for years. Nigga.
Nope.
Is it not? Tell me what is
I want the next step. I want the evolution. I want Drake X. Like
Drake X, Jason X. That's the best one.
Yeah, I want Drake X. I want to see Drake really go against the machine. Him pussyfooting around.
He's never doing that.
He said, "Tell everyone how you think Jay-Z beat the game." Hunter always hated. He hates. HOV is a better chess player. That's why. And long story short, so he's a way better chess player.
He goes E4 every time he moves.
I want to see Drake really, instead of pussyfooting around, like I said, I want to see his independent game because him and his core base rely so much on numbers and accolades instead of cultural impact. I want to see what it looks like when those numbers get stripped away from you and you can go up to a Roots picnic and drop a 16 on a freestyle on a random Saturday night with your hair picked out and shake up the whole table. That's what I want to see. There ain't no metric. There's no metric to talk about what Jay-Z just did, but we all know he just did something. There's no metric.
So, like, can I ask him? Do you care that? Does that add value that bro picked out his dreads? I think I'm on one. Like all that shit. Like that adds value to what he said to you.
No, it adds value to the art piece of what it was.
Like I'm hip hop.
No, that's not. You can make that case, but that's not.
Because I mean, like,
listen.
I'm not saying for me and you. I'm saying for your fans and stuff like that. They're talking about like he looks like Eazy-E, but which is not the case.
People are uncultured. The reference is that he's at the Roots picnic, guys. The Roots get it. Questlove has the big fro. That's the fucking reference. I don't know what I've seen Eazy-E and I've seen all types of crazy shit. No, it's a reference to hip hop. He knows the spot that he's in. He fucks with the Roots. The Roots all have fucking fros like that. That's the reference. So I don't.
The hood niggas from NWA didn't even make
what
it.
You said?
I said the hood niggas from NWA didn't even
make
it.
They didn't.
They put the pretty light skinned niggas.
Ice Cube won. He beat the game.
Cube
beat the game.
Cube
is a left.
Cube beat the game, but he was also upfront. Like I wasn't the hood nigga that the shit that I was rapping about. I didn't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like, but is that hip hop?
No, but that's a different conversation. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's
like that's what I'm saying. Is like at some point in time, who decides what hip hop is? Because you would assume, like you said, Cube won the game. Like
he won. Yeah, he won.
At some point, do we have to realize that Drake is a culture infiltrator that
he's a culture what?
Infiltrator.
Okay.
Like he is 100%. He's from Toronto. He's not even fucking from here. How the fuck is he dancing to our shit?
So that's it right there. But that's not enough for Drake fans for some reason. That's enough for us to say that's the difference between him and Ice Cube. Ice Cube is one of us, and Drake is not. It's just that simple.
So you didn't listen to what I said though. He's so good at what he does. I was gonna finish it. He's just so good at what he does. He got the West Coast, the down south shit. He got them jumping to it. Like I don't understand if you understand that. Is like yes, he might not be from here, and everything he's talking about is straight cats, but you probably haven't, but I guarantee you there's cookouts right now that are dancing to Too Hard for the Radio. There's cookouts where they're dancing to Drake's Oh Shit, Look Alive. Like there really are. So like at some point, the artists that sang that shit, because the industry is so fake, they may have not been from here, but like shit, they got us giving memories like R. Kelly. We didn't think who we thought it was.
I understand what you're saying, but I was thinking about this at the store. You know those you got kids, right? Beautiful kids, beautiful twins, right? And and when you're putting them to sleep, I don't know if you literally do it, but a lot of times when people are being put to sleep, they sing lullabies, right? You grow up, the Itsy Bitty Spider. I couldn't tell you the artist. I couldn't tell you who it was, but those songs are so ingrained into your memory and stuff like that, right? You just care about the song and the tune.
Yeah,
that's my analogy for how somebody can be so powerful in ingraining music. You using the metric that everybody's dancing and singing along, that doesn't make him one of us. That does not matter. Had
you had this conversation probably 10 years ago, I don't think I would be on this motherfucking show right now. I don't think I would. Had you showed me where your mind stays at, because like you do come off as a Drake hater, 100%. Like 100%. You come as a Kendrick fanboy. Like that's why I told you earlier. Was like, bro, you accuse Drake fans of being everything that you are as a Kendrick fan, because like he doesn't have it.
Get to what you were about to say.
Anyways, so 100%, I do go upstairs and I do with my twins. I do the Itsy Bitsy Spider. I do all those things, and that builds the foundation of culture. And it's not those specific songs, but it's like, for instance, my daughter, Aaliyah, we do Moana, make way, like, because she thinks I'm Maui. So like we do that all night. Like, so like when she doesn't go to bed unless I come in there and sing her that song. And so now that you just said that actually makes more sense of why you fight so hard for that. And I respect that 100%.
That's a good way to, hey. And just for the reference, that is always where my mind is. Not that specific point, but that high. That's how deep I'm taking this. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make him one of us. And I'm not saying he's one of us. It's a argument to be had. But the question remains that if he's one of us, what does that mean? And if he's not one of us, what does that mean?
He's not, and he just told us on Iceman, nigga, don't come to the six. And he said you can come to the arena and play your game, then go to your hotel and get on the plane. Don't come out in the six anymore.
I told y'all, Aubrey has made 3 questionable bars to me within the beef and then on this album. I had a major problem with the Tupac thing. A major problem with the Tupac thing.
Yeah, and that's why they did the
But let me be quick. Let me be quick on these 3 things. I told them the night that Family Matters dropped, my takeaway, minutes after, I said that Michael Jackson bar was crazy. That Michael Jackson bar, wanting to be white and all that shit, I said foul on the play. Because again, this nigga's not one of us. So I won't even go into the detail. And then Iceman, he said that he'll buy every chain in Virginia. He'll get possessive on niggas. I don't like that coming from somebody that's not us.
And he's taking our shit.
He's taking memorabilia from black people. He's doing the Michael Jackson. I look at that shit.
He's in an interview showing Pac's ring and all that shit. He's not from the West Coast.
I look at me, the way I look at shit and how high my brain is, I know who he's connected to. I know he's black, but he's also has something else. And
you can't.
Yeah.
When you called him the leader of what he's from, that's when I was like, damn, that got a point. Because if you attack him at what he is, then we'll all get canceled. That's why I'm not saying it on your podcast.
I'm just saying people just ignoring that element and that side of them. And Lucy and Graham's connected. I mean, we're talking about Lucy a lot. Lucy's one of them boys too. Larry Ellison, and all of them.
That could be why he steals. And like now that we're not like debating each other anymore, that could probably why he's able to grab something from over here and it's not contributing.
Oh, that's why. That's why
I came over to be devil's
advocate.
Good.
That's good. That's why I think he can pop the shit. You know how HOV has the boss talk and it sounds a certain way because it's coming from HOV? Drake can do that, but it seems like he's doing it anti-black culture. Like he's talking.
He said, "What is the brazier?"
He's talking to us kind of crazy, like Slave Master, and I listen to it different. I don't like that. Me, I'm sorry,
bro. He said, "Is it the brazier? I'm Jewish." I'm like, hold on, because nigga, you don't even look right with braids. You don't look right with braids. And what he said,
what was the Nazi bar? He said, no, they don't want to Nazi. That's what it was. He said, is it the braids or the Jewish roots? They don't want to not see me on top.
And then HOV comes out. You don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like when I comment on your stuff, it's not to contradict what you're saying. This is like I just want to get the dialogue.
Yeah, and we need that in this rap space. And I think you're the perfect person to be able to do that because not only are you well knowledgeable in the space, but you've been in the space. You know some of the behind the scenes of these rooms and how some of the moving parts of this industry works, right?
They're weird, man. It's the industry is going to give you what they consider the best. And if they consider Drake the best, that's what it is. That's why I was asking you, like, who do you think is going to win that? Kendrick won. And at that point in time, the industry said it was the best. Let's put him on the biggest. Come on, the Super Bowl. How many years have we been asking for a nigga to be on the Super Bowl? A nigga. Yeah. Like, come on. They had Snoop Dogg out there for one time, 50 Cent upside down doing different shit. But that was just to get us involved. But that's our sport.
You spitting.
That's our sport. How many times have they ever? And then he got SZA come out, bro. We unapologetically black. That was the first.
That was in February during Black History Month. That was the blackest Super Bowl of all time.
He cooked. Now that we really don't got the Beto stuff, I'm gonna tell you the real truth. He cooked. I just like to play devil's advocate.
And then you just said we'll close on this. You said how do I think? Or you was just about to ask before that if they clap. Fuck, I can't remember your question. I think you was about to ask about HOV and Drake. Who do I think? You said who do you?
Oh no, so HOV and Drake. How do we define who the winner is?
Like I said at the top, the culture's going to decide.
And we always have.
We always have. And the Kendrick thing and the Kendrick and Drake thing made it a little bit muddy. I've never seen anything like that before.
That was crazy.
It was.
But like how we
fans going at each other like that.
Did Nas not come back?
You said what?
And beat Jay-Z? Did Nas not come back and beat Jay-Z? Like you said.
I think Jay-Z came back and beat Nas.
You think?
You mean ultimately in the end?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about the initial battle.
Oh yeah. Nas wiped the floor with Jay-Z.
But then Jay-Z came back and won the war.
Yeah.
What do you think Drake's about to do?
You said Drake?
Yeah.
I think Drake is going to shoot himself.
If they get this nigga $5 billion, do you think they're going to push Kendrick?
It won't matter. I think. No, listen how my brain works. I think that Drake is going to shoot himself in the foot because he always does along the way. Drake is in a good position to do something. I don't think he would do it. We already talked about one of those things. I don't think he's going to go independent. I think when he signs with UMG, hip hop and people like me will be loud enough to point the error in that move to it won't look good for Drake. If he did all this and he signs with UMG, he's not going to be the hero in this story, Marquise. Trust me, he won't be the hero. Okay. What will happen? I think, let me put my prediction out there. I've been thinking about this for months, guys. Kendrick's next move. I think Kendrick is going to hit the underground. Kendrick ain't going to come out and try to come out with a big album next. He's too smart. He knows that the industry is waiting for him to tank. He knows Drake fans are waiting on his album to tank. He's going to hit the underground scene and become an underground legend like we never seen before on some MF Doom shit. He's already had the mainstream. He's already peaked. He's already peaked.
Y'all better listen to this, man. Y'all better listen.
He's already peaked. Kendrick is going to go underground. We may not hear from him for. He's going to change his name and everything. He's going to go underground, drop a few classic rap underground classics, and he's going to be done with it. That's what's going to happen.
No commercial shit. No commercial shit. I don't think we're going to see a video from Kendrick unless it's like someone big in it, like small in the industry that needs to get lifted up. I don't think we're going to see nothing like that. I think we're going to have the best version of Kendrick going forward.
I agree.
Like, I think we're going to get, I'm a hip-hop MC Kendrick.
And let's close with this. When he does that, which that's my prediction, what do you think that does for his career in our space? He's going to be like,
I think in our space, he's already admitted. He's
already elected.
He's 2.
I agree.
He's 2. HOV 1, Kendrick 2.
I got him top 5 to be for safe. I can get into where I really think.
I'm putting him above Pac. I'm not gonna lie.
He can't move.
That's your space, and I understand that the cultural impact, because that's how you judge it. Me personally, because you asked me, I'm putting him above Pac, but like Pac was amazing, man.
For all that, in a 5-year span, niggas can't move him out of his seat. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? I just judge the cultural impact and.
But that's MJ to LeBron to like every generation is going to do that different. That's what I'm saying. I think
Pac is the blueprint. Like a lot of the shit, not exactly what I hear from a lot of rappers, but a lot of what they do, their moves in the industry, how they dress. It's Tupac. Sorry, he's the most influential rapper that has ever lived. Yeah. So I mean, you could say Lil Wayne and Kanye, but they're branches off Tupac Street.
Wayne's not.
Wayne had crazy impact, but it's
Wayne's top 5 because of the impact.
I don't think he's the top 5 rapper ever. I don't.
Wayne had the best umbrella.
He had the best peak of him. His impact during his peak was the best.
Our niggas listen to a million. They're not listening to that shit. They're not. So like Wayne, if you're talking about cultural impact, I don't think he's in. I mean, outside of our generation, he's not even nobody's top 5. I agree
with that. There's HOV. There's Pac. I'm
talking about timeless. Like, nigga, when we're dead and gone, niggas gonna be like HOV until somebody else come around. HOV. We're gonna talk about Pac. I mean, you gotta put Biggie in there. You gotta put Biggie in Drizzy. I mean, you're gonna put him in there. Drizzy's bigger than Wayne at this point in his career. Listen to what I'm saying. I know that hurts you. I heard that.
It's because I think about it a lot. I think about it a lot. I think Wayne had more of an organic initial impact than Drake, but I do think Drake's done it longer. That's where it's tougher.
His run, he had a LeBron type run.
It's just longer. It's not as the punch isn't as strong, but it's longer.
Wayne's peak, he was
motherfucking. That bomb went all the way miles deep into the ground.
Hey, that lighter flick.
Like they went deep into the ground with Wayne. Like, I mean, to where like Drake is impactful, but like Wayne was like, we were dressing like him. We got dreads like him. We got tattoos like him. We sound like him. Everybody start rapping a certain way because
it's like Wayne was AI.
Exactly.
Wayne was Alvin Iverson. And then Drake is more of
a longer LeBron, a longevity thing.
Yeah, LeBron or Curry. I think Kevin Durant.
Drake. I think he's more. I think he's a Curry or LeBron. Kevin Durant.
You think he's higher?
Yeah, because KD's impact is small to me. I think J. Cole. I've always compared J. Cole to KD. J. Cole's KD.
No, I can't. I can't, bro. Like. Nigga, you talk crazy for years. When was trying to show it, like you said no. Like what the fuck? Nigga, you deleted this, bro. You can't. Bro,
I ain't gonna lie. I never seen a nigga. Shane's about to get off the stream. He's about to be pissed, but I haven't seen a nigga kamikaze his career or worse, bro.
Bro, he destroyed it. I was excited to see Cole versus Kendrick. I was literally, truly excited.
It's to the point where I don't think people are listening. I think it's to the point he ruined it so bad. I don't think people are listening to the fall off with fair ears or they don't care.
I am. The fall off's better than Iceman.
Me, Hunter, and he said, I'm about to get me. Me, Hunter, and Shane had this conversation, and I said, I don't know. It's a good. What do you got Iceman at? Point rise 7. Like, what do you got it at?
Like 1 to 10? Man, hip hop. So we're just talking strictly hip hop.
I'm talking the moment, the robot.
As a fan, he gave me everything that I wanted from.
8?
So like, I'm not gonna put it. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that like a 7 as a fan, 8, 7.5, 8 as a fan, because like that's what I wanted as a fan. I was like, nigga, why did you not do this 2 years ago?
All right, no, don't go fast. No. I just wanted to be quick. What do you? So you got? Let's say you got Iceman at an 8. So you're saying fall off's at 8.3, 8.5, because you said you think it's better.
No, so I said as a fan.
Oh, okay.
So that's where you got me confused at. As a Drake fan, I mean, that's like if Kendrick dropped a diss right now, even before you even listen to other diss, you're like, oh, Kendrick won.
Nah,
I'm not, you know what I mean?
I know it sounds like I'm not gonna be like that.
I'm being real with you. Like, you if Drake and Kendrick, like when Family Matters it came out, nigga, you didn't even get that nigga. No.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I was tuned to fuck in. I was in front of a TV, tuned to fuck in.
Yeah, you were tuned in, but like, all right. Anyways, so like, if you want me to judge Iceman as a hip hop fan, strictly hip hop, where does it sit in the history? That's not even Drake's top 5. I'm gonna probably put that. Nothing Was the Same was my favorite Drake album. I think that was the best version of Drake that we got before the Ghostwriter shit came out. I think that was like he blended the hooks with the bars, all that. Take Care, everybody always loves. They think that's his best album. To me, I think that was Weekend. So I don't like that. I like it a lot, obviously. Like, I know that now. Yeah, I know that's. Yeah, it's just not Drizzy. It's and everything after Views was like, bro, like, what are we doing? But if you want me to do Iceman, I would give it a 6.57.
And then so you got on an objective scale, you got fall off at 7.5.
7.5. I'm not gonna give it 8 because I feel like 8 is like when you start to get to like, nigga, this track is something. This is something that I'm gonna continue to listen to. 7.5. When I heard it, I thought it was an A.
You thought it was like, hey,
you bring back to this side. You bring back to this side because I went into it like a fucked up ejected, and that's something that I did just because I was like, I'm a Drake fan, so I was like, nigga, I'm going into this bitch with hate, and I was like, nigga had me over there like, cause like he really did, he did some weird shit.
I hope they're still in here. Me, Hunter, and Shane literally had this conversation. I don't even know if we came to not an agreement, but I don't even know if everybody said what they thought. But I know we asked this. I was just like, damn, which, out of those 2 albums, and so here was my takeaway though, is I think J. Cole kamikaze his career to where we're not listening to the fall. There's a couple problems with the fall off to me. One of it, if I'm being critical, is the length. Obviously, I think it's just too long. It's an hour and like 47 minutes we looked at. I think as a full body of work, I can't listen to that amount of music at this time unless. And
that's the problem. You said it. You said something perfect right there. That you, like. So I said, if we're gonna judge it by hip hop fans,
this is my point. I think I'm also speaking for a lot of people. I can't say that, but I'm just saying I don't think a lot of people have returned to this album, and one of the reasons is because of the length. Okay, when you're talking about a hip hop classic or a really great body of work, you're talking about you want to throw that bitch on, and you may skip it once or twice, but not really. You can literally throw that bitch on.
There's no song on it. Okay. I see what you're now that I know how you're judging it, there's no song on there. I'm like, damn, I need to put that bitch on. There's nothing. So if you want to judge it from that point, then that's a 1 out of 10. And
I don't think it's a 1.
Like, I just don't know. I don't know how you're judging. That's what I'm asking. Like, how?
That's just one metric, though. So I'm tallying it. I'm taking a point off for that. That's just one metric.
I'm talking about penmanship.
The penmanship was elite. Yeah,
and then he did the interview where he like
that was horrible. I didn't like that.
That pissed me
Now,
off.
Cole fans have been telling me that you really got to listen to the album because there's a linear story going on. I don't think I'm taking another point off because I don't think he did a good job executing the story. They're telling me there's a story in there, but I don't think it's executed. So I would say Iceman. I said I can't be objective, love him too much, and I'm only.
Yo, you still right? Stefan's gone. He said, I said, I can't be objective. Love him too much. I'm only happy for him. If this is the last real album, not whatever side project he's going to have in the future. The fall off is pure heat. Core. That's Shane. I don't know if Steph is coming back. Give it a couple of seconds. Not gonna be on his stream that long. Let me hit him up real quick. Are you still here? Nah, you're gone, brother. Oh, let me. Oh.
All right, we back.
We back.
This program was
technical
interrupted. My apologies, everybody out there. My apologies. This program was.
He was about to cook Cole, and then nigga, Shane
God,
really fried your shit. Shane fried you.
Shane, that got Shane written all over it, bro. That's crazy.
Hey, he said, "Don't talk about Cole like that."
He took my whole server down. Like, damn, bro. All right. Shane said, I can't be objective. Love him too much, and I'm only happy for him if this is his last real album, not whatever side project he's going to have in the future. Fall Off is pure heat, core co.
What do you think about that?
Shane's been consistent on that.
No, Shane has 100%.
I told him that I think it's a bailout. I think it's cap, but he has been consistent. I don't like it because I like to put my friends, I like to put them on the hot seat and get a hot take out of them, so I can know where they stand in the future, because that's how my brain remembers it. Yeah. But he won't give it to me. He's been consistent saying that he loves it for Cole and his fans, and if this is what makes J. Cole happy, then he's happy. And I know that he's not lying when he's saying that.
Yeah,
you know, he genuinely believes that.
He's not saying that Cole was the softest nigga out of the battle.
Oh no, he said that too. He
didn't say that to me.
Okay, shit. Well, shit, Shane, you got to defend yourself.
Yeah, you got to defend yourself. Hey, we got an extra spot. Like, bring one.
Yeah, Shane, you got to defend yourself. Like, yeah. Nah, he ain't going. He hasn't. I haven't heard him. He's definitely not stuck up for that move. He was mad at Cole for like
I remember. I remember. I was talking shit, chat. Like, I remember he was one of the first people that was like, Cole, ain't no way.
Yeah,
like, ain't no way.
But I still want to put him on the hot seat and make him answer the question how you framed it about, because you said it beautifully earlier. You said as a Drake fan you think it's this, but as a collective, like in the grand scheme of hip hop, it's that. And I like the way you put it that way, because I want to make Shane answer it. What does he think it is on the hip hop scale? Like all of the projects we've gotten, the whole space of hip hop. What do you think the fall off is? And I can't get it out of him.
We already talked about it a little bit, and we can wait for him to respond if he's going to respond. I'm telling you, this program has been interrupted by Drake saying his Crody to wipe out Steph. Hey, I'm Crody. and another thing. Hey, yep, I don't like that nasty shit.
Right. He ain't like what Cole did. He didn't
that shit was and it waters down the fallout.
That's what I think. That's where we was at.
It waters it down. If you say like the Iceman was watered down because he lost the beef, then
fair.
J. Cole shit realistically got to be a step below that.
Yeah, it ain't even Diet Coke.
He did no, fuck that. He deleted his diss. He deleted his diss. These Drake said, nigga.
Fuck. Okay, and what do you feel about and okay? Here's where Hunter would say, and me and Hunter been pushing this before the beef, during the beef. Why does no one hold Future accountable?
Future is the fucking slimiest nigga that ever.
He's the slimy. He's the worst out of the big four.
Bro, nigga, he gave
everybody. If there's a Mount Rushmore, I think the other three should turn towards Future and chip his head off the Mount Rushmore.
Can I say something real quick? That ran to Atlanta. That's the worst Future verse that Future's ever given Drake, nigga. That shit was trash.
Easy. He mailed that shit
trash.
in.
Hannah Montana cooked more than he did.
Yeah, he mailed that in. I don't even know why Drake accepted that.
No, because he's just like, me and Hendrix coming from a popular man. Nigga, I know why he did it. Like,
that was pure money. That was straight money. Shane says Cole move was probably the worst thing we've ever seen in hip hop.
Ever.
No cap. I hated it more than anyone. I was energized and ready to go at niggas. I was on that live stream in real time and left.
Oh God, nah.
That was a crazy night when he apologized. That was
bruh. And then when you woke up the next morning and the disc was not on the tape,
bruh.
Why?
He said lie, bamboozle, hoodwink, let us straight, run him back.
That's what sucks about Cole, because Cole can really probably give us one of the greatest hip hop tapes ever, and it will never be heard.
I don't know if he can.
Going forward,
I don't know if he can. I won't spend a lot of time on that. I think Cole.
the thing is, I was telling people that I felt Cole was selling wolf tickets then when he was doing the whole "I'm best rapper alive" campaign. I was telling Hunter and Shane then. I said he's gonna wake up Ken. I said
He was the idea of the big three.
I know. I told them. I said he keeps saying that a lot, and I don't think Kendrick's gonna be take too lightly to many of
Yeah,
those
because you
claims.
can't fuck with Kendrick. Like, yeah, he couldn't.
I mean, you're not going to be able to just keep barking that "I'm the best rapper alive" mantra over and over, and Kendrick not pop out.
I don't think there was nothing that Cole would have done to be able to be in a fight with Kendrick. To be real with you.
I see. I thought that they could have battled off. I think that I
Lyrically.
thought the whole people saying that, you know, or the whole idea that Kendrick or Drake didn't. I mean, not Drake. Cole didn't want to go there because he didn't want it to get personal. It was never going to get personal, but I think they could have shot a fair one.
But that was the point, because I think everyone forgets that it was like, oh, he was Kendrick and J. Cole about to go at it, and Drake's going to sit this one out. He the singing nigga. Everyone forgets that.
Yeah.
And then Drake was like, what the fuck? Like, I think there was conversations had behind the scenes because that's how the industry works. I do think Kendrick was told how deep shit was about to get.
Okay.
Yeah, in his image. And I think that Drake was like, nigga, you're a pussy. Like, and then he said it in the Iceman. He said, I love you, dog, but like,
I can never forgive you.
And J. Cole, you never call me back.
Yep.
You never even call me back. Like, how did you pop out with? It's the same thing. Like, how did you pop out with these niggas? So, like, Cole, I fuck with, man. So many songs that like I couldn't even explain my childhood and like my early adulthood without Cole.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like, bro, for you to go out like that is cool. That's how niggas wanted Drake to go out.
Yeah, for sure.
And bro
Drake,
stood 10. Bro stood 10. He lost. He got.
Yep. And
he
I always tip my hat to Aubrey. That's why I told you earlier at the top. That's why I always, in my view,
he took on the boogeyman.
It's the two-man. It was always a two-man race because I always knew Cole. I always knew Drake had that in him. I never seen Cole, and he missed this opportunity to prove to me he had what it took to go snatch the crown.
He had Drake, that weird year and a half break between Certified Lover Boy and Mr. Morale on the Step. What is it, Mr. Morale? Yeah, they had that weird year pocket where he could have took over, and then nigga, he followed up with that.
Yeah. And I never quit. I always tip my hat to Aubrey because he will fight. He will fight.
Yeah, because you can't beat me.
Yeah, he's gonna get out there and scrap. So Shane says, so Cole did it to himself. I'm not mad at anyone that hates him, especially a Drake stan. So I get it, but come on, my Cole fandom runs deep, so I'm gonna bow out and let y'all have it. Keep it cute though.
Yeah, so like you're the version of a Cole fan that I am as a Drake fan. We understand what happened in the version of hip hop. Kendrick's in the middle on this man's screen for a reason. And we understand what happened to the light skinned niggas, bro. And we're both light skinned. So we're both light skinned, nigga. That's why I'm even more
coalition, man.
I'm so mad about that shit because, like, at the end of the day, like, I got told Steph, like, before we had to take some difficulties. I'm mad about it because nigga, I'm light skinned. Again, I'm like, bro, this is like the version that I did not want to happen. I never wanted this man to fucking beef with Kendrick. Like, Pusha T, cool. Right. Who's Pusha T to the world?
That's hate. That's hate. By the way, Let God Sort Him Out is still the best album we've heard out of all of the camps that dropped since this beef.
I agree with you, brother.
So I know that he said Stephen hates mulatto raps. I sure do.
He do hate mulatto raps. Hey, don't let a nigga sing a little bit in his rap, a little bit, just a little bit.
I don't want to hear no biracial bars. I'm sorry, none. But nah, let God Sort Him Out, man. I know that's quiet as kept, people trying to push it under the rug, but that album is still brilliant. It's still quality. We got releases from all the big three now. GNX, The Fall Off, Iceman. I think that they all succeeded in what they were supposed to do. Kendrick did what he needed to do. Cole did what he needed to do. I don't agree with Cole's direction. And Drake did what he needed to do.
Whoa.
With Iceman.
You ever given Drizzy?
Yeah, I can easily say that. But Lord of Lips, Stephen is here to tell you guys, let God sort him out. Whoa. Let God sort him out has still reigned supreme to me over the last year.
I think, and this is like something I know we're getting ready to get off here. I think when we look back and look at it as today, Kendrick gets a chance to respond because Drake waited 2 years to respond. I think
okay.
no, just hear me out. Just hear me out.
Yep.
I'm saying right now, Kendrick never responds. I think the majority of the masses are going to say that Drake won the war. I think the majority, not hip hop fans, We already talked about that. I think the majority of the masses say Drake won the war, and that's going to impact their legacies. But like you said, Kendrick's going to have some underground shit that's going to fucking show us like how fucking dope he is.
Okay.
Yeah, like I do think if MC to MC, Kendrick, Drake. I know that's harder for me to see him on screen, but Kendrick, I'm up here. Drake, I'm putting down here.
Yeah,
MC
it's not even remotely close.
It's not even remotely close. Artist to artist, I think it's a lot closer.
Okay.
I think it's a lot closer, and I do lean Drake because like I no listen. I acknowledge and have lived. I'm biracial, and I've lived through a lot of what Drake has lived through.
Right.
So like that's why. But hip hop, because like you said earlier, I was like, that's when I give you the thumbs up. I say, hey, you got me there. Hip hop, Kendrick wins that shit. Like no matter what.
Shane says one no. Okay, here's the Super Bowl. Like when they said ceasefire was going on in Gaza, but they were still getting bombed.
Yeah, but like,
so I wanted to get. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like the Super Bowl stuff is like that. I mean, that's why the jig is up. That's where that beef came from.
See, I agree with your synopsis. Everything you said, I agreed with. I didn't agree with the landing again. I don't agree that if Kendrick were to not drop again and not pay this beef any dust, I don't think that the masses would see Drake winning the war. I think you got to inverse it. I think people in the know in hip hop might see Drake won the war. People that know about label deals and Lucien Grange might think he won the war. I think the masses will always think Kendrick won the war because he did it on such a massive scale. He embarrassed. I told you guys, he pulled Drake's pants down in front of the world, essentially.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Do you think right now, with Drake's album being like, because the way that you think is the right way to think, does that show you that Kendrick won that? Because if Kendrick really won that, then Drake wouldn't be what he just did. He wouldn't have did what he just did. Does that make more sense?
Okay. It's a good point to make, but let me tell you.
Just a question.
Yeah, it's a good point to make. But again, my brain is looking at it a little bit different. I think Drake is the king of microwavable music. So he's running this. Listen, I was telling other people, other Drake fans that were making it. I was telling like some little younger people like Terrius and stuff. I'm like, yo, I lived through views. I'm a Drake hater and I lived through views. I know this ain't views. You know what I'm saying? I hate it through views.
You talking about the album views or like your conceptual views?
The album views.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying I had to live through that as a Drake hater and still hate. So
that shit was gas.
I don't think it's gas, but I can't deny the impact that the album's had, right? So my point being, we'll see. I don't think that this album has as much legs as a lot of people think it does. I
agree with that 100%.
We're just in the album cycle right now, right? So people are all frantic about it and all excited. I think in a month or two, people are not going to be talking about Iceman. So
Bang and Janice Shut the Fuck Up are the only two playable songs off of this album.
He said, in closing, Drake can't appear to the masses that he won, in my opinion, after dropping the Heart Part 6, sounding dejected, dropping lines like Buried Alive, Someone Dig 'Em Up, and most importantly, Not Like Us still exists. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. To Drake fans, he could, which is there's more Drake fans than Kendrick Lamar fans. More Drake
exactly. I think
that's the whole why narrative, he wins.
Yeah, I think the narrative Drake winning the war will stay a niche thing to Drake fans. Yeah. And they can have that. They can have that consolation.
Because we had to be quiet. We had to be quiet, nigga. He lost.
Y'all was never quiet.
Nah, bruh, nigga.
You was. You were. I'll
Hey, I
give you
was
this.
hurt.
I'll
I
give
was
you
hurt.
this. I'll give you this. Real Aubrey fans that's been fucking with Aubrey since 2007, 2008, and 9. They know they were quiet and they knew that they're a little bit more logical. These new Drake stands that was ruining everything and the stand
Like,
wars that we
you
seen on
texted
social
so much.
media,
Them niggas is weird, bro.
the niggas that are trying to change the narrative every day and have not stopped crying since May 4th of 24,
Damn,
they have
niggas.
not stopped complaining. Those are the delusional ones that I think will continue to fight for the consolation prize that Drake won this imaginary war, I guess.
But
And
like,
like I told you, Stefan won't let them get away with that until Drake completes the mission. If you sign with UMG, or if you do not go independent and have a successful career, I'm gonna say this was all for naught, and you
can you
sold a
do
lot
me a
of
favor?
books.
Can you actually like post that? Like, Drake is going to sign with UMG. Like, I don't think that's not a like
I'm
he's not
definitely.
signing with UMG, bro. He's
I'm
about to sign for like he's gonna sign for the biggest contract of all time. He's signing with UMG. He's not going independent.
I'm definitely gonna clip it up. I think it's gonna be in your best interest to tell you should make a status so it's on the record to let other Drake fans know that them going down using that angle is not a good angle for them.
That's not what I'm here for. I'm chaos is a ladder. Chaos
You're
is
here
a
to
ladder,
spread
my guy.
propaganda. Okay, okay.
Chaos is a ladder, brother. I'm a
Oh,
devil's
you're
advocate. If
that's
I
a
went
bar.
into a podcast where they were a Drake fan, I would be standing where you're at.
That's
Chaos is a ladder.
yeah, you're exactly right. Chaos is definitely a ladder. All right. Well, last question. I got 4 minutes and we're at the 3 hour
Yeah,
mark.
we can turn it off.
What is your standout album of the year?
Of
You can
the
say
year.
Iceman too.
Hey, it's 100% gonna be Iceman. I think if you ask me on the show 3 weeks from now and give me a chance to study everything, I mean, because
Okay.
technically, if you want to ask, like, just off my opinion, I'm still talking about some shit from Young No, like,
Okay, talk
that's
that
my
shit. Go ahead
artist.
and give
Yeah,
them the
that's my
plug.
artist. Like, I'm gonna talk about my artist.
What's that
100%.
album? Give the plug.
Gen 529. Go ahead and
Okay.
everybody spend that. It's on all platforms. If I'm gonna talk that 100%, but to me, Iceman is going to be the album that every other album that's better than it was created because of Iceman going around this next year. I don't think
Oh,
there's going to
say it again. I didn't catch it.
Iceman is going to be the reason why any other album is better this year because they're
Okay.
going to try to have to do above
Right.
the standard, which is what
Right.
my career as my time as a Drake fan has always been. Like, Drake
Okay.
was always the standard.
Okay. He elevates the
Yeah,
field.
so if Jay-Z, if Hov drops in 3 months, his album might be better, but it's like we're gonna look back at it like, damn, his album is only that great where it's at right now because of what Drake started. And we're not even talking about any responses that he has. And I know you saw your face. I'm not, because Hov went and dropped the album. If bro
See
didn't make the dragon up,
that's Shane's about to tear you up too because
no, but he didn't wake the
that's the
dragon up.
shit that we no. That's the shit that got to end with Aubrey friends, bro. He is a planet. He is not the solar system.
Is he not?
He's
Who's the
not
solar
the solar
system?
system.
Who's
He
the
is
solar
not the
system?
solar system.
Who's the solar system? Stand on it.
Hip hop is the solar system.
So hip hop is okay. That's
Yes.
fine. Okay, that's fine. Who's the closest person to the sun?
Don't fly. You shouldn't fly too close to the sun.
I understand that, and he does. But do you know how the solar system works?
Yes.
Who's the closest person to the sun?
I think Shane said ... I think Hove. I think you alluded to it earlier too. I think Hove is that.
And if Drake gives us that, I'm happy.
If Drake gives you what?
If Drake woke Hove up to give us a 444, I'm happy.
Oh my goodness.
But like what? So hear me out. Was it? You said I've been listening. This was Jay-Z on the verge of an album.
Yes.
Can you elaborate that to your crowd?
Well, Shane's still on here. Me and him have been talking about it months before they exchanged dishes and stuff like that. Hove, in fact, when you go back and rewatch the stream, in the beginning of my stream, I talk about how big of an artist Hov is and how he's been moving all year. So this year was the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. He's
Yeah.
been promoting that. He got the hyphenation on his name now. He changed the Spotify thing. They re-released Dead Presidents. They've been releasing singles all year long for Jay-Z. Jay-Z's been in interviews. He's been moving. And I said, an artist that big, when they're moving, that means their team is moving. Their team doesn't usually
I
move
remember you saying that.
unless they're about to drop an album.
But
So
what information is their team going off of?
What? Say it again.
What information is their team going off of? Did they not know that Iceman was coming?
Oh, okay.
You feel me? What information are they going off of? So then we can position ourselves. So when Drake comes, we know a shot's coming. Let's get ahead of that.
I think there's been rumbling in hip. I follow this closely.
Charlamagne had it, and Charlamagne don't even fuck with Drake.
No, there's been rumbling in hip hop for about 2 years that Jay-Z was dropping an album. That's been going on for 2 years. That Hov was getting ready to drop an album, and it never came. So Hov's been working on this album that we think is coming. Shane says, "I told you what these crazy Drake stands been saying, bruh. Laugh my ass off. Please don't do it, please, for the love of God." But yeah,
and I have literally said on this pod 3 or 4 times. If I'm wrong, I will come in here and publicly apologize. I really will.
Yeah, Drake moves the needle. He don't move Hov's needle like that, guys. Jay-Z has lawyers. He has all types of people on his team. A way bigger team than Drake, by the way. Way bigger.
His team pushed the Drake bar more than they pushed Nicki's, Kanye's, and everybody else's. Right or wrong? That's social media. That's how social media works.
I think you're again. That's a half truth. I don't think it's
it's a half truth to people.
I think that bar caught a lot of attention because it landed on everybody's ears easy.
And it was right after. Because if he had all those bars ready lined up for Ye's album dropped when?
We don't even know.
Yeah. And it dropped it was like March or February. I can't remember.
A couple months ago.
So like, why was that bar not getting out there? Nicki and her responses was like in December. Why were those bars not given in? Drizzy drops Iceman. Boom. All of a sudden, what did they push? That's
Shane says Hov don't move to the beat of Drake's drum, period. He said, come on, I'm Hov.
I respect that because Hov literally said some crazy shit, nigga. Yeah, I don't look up to these niggas. These look up to me. That was the craziest bar of the shit. Because Drake, you have multiple songs, nigga, looking up to me. I respect that. But 100%, when did he decide to drop that? No one's answered my question.
Me and Shane hold the agreement that the timing just so happened to be divine. He already was on this Roots Picnic thing. Been announced, dog, for since the beginning.
Drake doesn't drop Iceman. He doesn't he freestyles that. Is that what you're saying?
The freestyle, me and Shane agreed with this. The freestyle was coming. He was about to learn a couple niggas, but Drake only had 2 bars in there, dog. He learned 8 different niggas. Hov was going to do that regardless.
What is pushing right now, though? What is the engine pushing right now?
No, listen to what we're saying. We're trying to be very clear. Me and
I'm
Shane
listening
both said
to you,
this.
brother.
Hov was going to diss 7 rappers. If it wasn't Drake, it was going to be 7 rappers or 7 people.
I agree.
Drake just so happened to be the 8th person he did.
I agree. But to get the engine, so there's an engine in the industry. Hov's supposed to be independent. Why are they only pushing the Drizzy beef? Why are they only pushing the Drizzy bar?
Because if you go on it landed. It's like I said, it's a half truth. You're right. I agree with you. That's the lines that caught. But we know how this works. There's 2 reasons. Jay-Z's team is pushing it. That's one. You're right.
Yeah, 100%.
The other reason is because the timing is right. Everybody was able to connect with those bars because it's so fresh on our mind.
I'm trying to get you saying one thing. Why is the timing right?
Because Drake dropped Iceman and was dissing.
What does that mean?
It means that the timing was right and the bars landed.
Can you at least admit it? That you've said it before, like you said, like Drake's the 2. In your opinion, Drake's the 2, he's not the 1, he's the 2, not the 3. But like, can you admit it as like for them to push that? So like,
you want me to admit that Drake moves culture? Yeah. He does.
Yeah, 100%. Just like HOV is the GOAT. DJ Academics, the nigga, the biggest Drizzy Glazer told this nigga, hey Drake, leave that nigga alone.
I did. He did say that. Shane
Yeah,
said,
leave that
"God."
nigga alone. Because you
Shane
got
said,
nothing
God,
to gain for going up, bro. You have so many. I'm a Drake fan, and we can really get into Drake mythology if you want to. Nigga, that's a weird ass phrase to say.
"No, it
Nigga,
ain't."
you have how many times have you mentioned Hov and how you looked up to him? This nigga said these niggas look up to me. You don't think bro? That's what I was trying to tell you the other day, nigga. I know what the fuck that nigga was talking about.
I'm
How the
sending an
fuck is the nigga gonna
invite.
diss me that looks up to me? What
I'm
charts are
sending
you
it.
looking up at?
Shane got words for you. I'm sending an invite.
Hey, mommy, I'm sick of this shit. All right, hey, come on. I'm ready to talk.
All right, I'm back. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see Shane.
Can you hear?
Mm-mm.
1 second.
3 screens just came up.
Oh shit. Can you hear?
I can hear you. That's it. Now I think you're gone. I see you on the screen. G Herbo. The fuck? Steph, can you hear me? He said, I'm sick of this shit. Here, let me try to leave and come back. I see Steph. He's frozen though. Here we go. I see you, Steph. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear?
I can hear you. Yep. You hear me?
Oh Lord. Shane got it all fucked up with this invite. Hold
Yeah,
on.
Shane fucking up everything, man.
Oh my goodness.
Shane running. There ain't no way for me to invite nobody.
Can you hear?
I'm good now.
Are you muted?
Am I? Nah.
No.
Nah, I'm talking. Yo, can you hear me? Damn. This nigga, where's Shane at? He done fucked up the whole
It
chat.
says it's muted backstage. Hold on.
You have to add. There we go. I was about to say you have to add me to the. You can hear me now, can't you?